So I think we're just about ready to get started. So this stream, we'll see how far it gets. So I was trying to think of an appropriate title because I'm not sure if we'll actually reach the volcano. But what I do know is that we need 4 souls for 4 Empyreans. And the only way to awaken the 4 Empyreans, we've came to the logical conclusion that we have to shove those souls all the way down the volcano. So, one, we're not even in Helavies to go north. And 2, we still have to investigate Logris before we even consider heading to Helavies. So we have a little bit of progress to do before we go see Mount Kilras and whoever else might be waiting there for us. So we somehow have to fill in the quota of souls. So if we're only counting really powerful characters we've defeated that are pure, I'm guessing we have Oscar and his sister Teresa so far. I don't think Velvet would even consider Celica, but technically I guess Celica could be a soul there. I don't think she counts though. But in any case, we'll be switching over to the game proper now, and hopefully we'll figure out what's going on in Logris, because the suppression is here. Things are not looking too great. So I made a separate save file, because I wanted to make sure to not lose the quick save, so I'll be looking into a sound clip later. But in the meantime, let's head back into Logris. Hey Chris, how's it going? Seems like the chests have reset, which is fine with me. Guess we could go see what they're doing. Marine Charm, okay. I mean, again, I'll take those over the normal color chests any day. There's 2 special chests here. Even though they're not super great, I could use them for materials later. I actually forgot to enchant, disenchant. I just realized that. Oops. Well, we're gonna have to continue forth what we have, I suppose. But for now, let's climb the stairs.
Isn't there anyone here who still has free thought?
I hope so. There has to be.
Mommy!
That was a child.
Mommy! I'm scared! Mommy!
Don't show any feelings, dear.
If they spot you, they'll...
Well, we have 2 familiar characters, as well as a little girl.
Prince Percival! Tabitha!
You're still you!
So we're gonna get attacked while we're in town. So chat, I just want to take a look at something real quick, because I was noticing a little bit of slowdown there. Sometimes Berseria does have weird slowdown moments. I just want to make sure it's not on my end, that's all. One moment, chat. See if that improves it a little more. In any case, usually it lags on the water graphics. I don't think they optimized the water graphics, but it was kind of weird I was lagging in town. But in any case, we'll be seeing quite a few of these. It says I only defeated 4, but we'll be seeing different variants of these monsters later on. So we're noticing kind of angels for the new Molochs that are on patrol. And this is one of the few times where they use mostly non-elemental. So I guess that's good if you've been building those resistances. Unfortunately, it's resistant to physical, which is kind of unfortunate because kind of most of Velvet's good moves. Fortunately, on the flip side, most of Laffy's set spells have a dual element, so I believe it just ignores this resistance.
Demons? In the capital? No, they're Molochs.
I'll finish this! Lock her up! Hurricane! 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 Pull forward!
Silly enemies, chat.
Hurricane! No escape! Shooting star! I'll stop you! Shooting star! Hurricane! I'll
Ooh, that was close.
No escape. You're wide open.
Well, we gotta make sure to build up some more meter, because this is a little risky. Oh, killed it with Stone
That was
Lance.
amazing, wasn't I?
Nice. Hey, and we mastered an equipment piece. Morning, Granite Knight.
Tabitha,
Morning, Chris.
Your
Hope you're
mind's
both
still
doing
your
well.
own?
Yes, somehow. But Prince Percival and that girl.
Looks like those Malakim took them away somewhere.
The prince was trying to help us get away. He said that the Abbey was gathering those who still had control of their own will at the villa.
We need to go after the prince and see just what's going on at the villa.
We don't know what sort of defenses they have at the front gate. Let's sneak in through the back.
Good plan. Back into the catacombs, then.
You got it.
So, we're going back to another very familiar place. Before we go there, let's talk to Tabitha one more time. They're gathering anyone whose emotions are still intact in the royal villa. I'll bet Prince Percival and the girl were taken there. So we're gonna go see what happens when they get taken to the villa. So it seems like Tabitha's one of the few, I guess, intact humans within the town. Things are not going too well. Oh, we haven't talked to this guard. What do you have to say, guard? The palace and royal villa are now temples dedicated to the great Onomanat. None save the Lord Shepherd Artorius are permitted to enter. None may enter. None may enter. See, he's doing fine, chat. See? He's forming words. It's a good sign. I believe that's all we have to do here.
Good.
I don't believe there's any other skits that pop up, so we should be able to just go straight to the villa. Now, fortunately, ooh, odorless fluid. So fortunately, we were diligent, and I believe we have unlocked all the shortcuts within the dungeon, so that would save us a very significant amount of time, but we do have to backtrack to the villa. And unfortunately, we're not allowed to just go through the church to go to the royal villa, kind of like in the other game, but it is what it is, chat.
So those weren't demons, they were Malakim.
Yes. They were probably ordered to hunt down any humans who still possess free will. Enominat isn't whole, and his oppressive powers are not yet absolute. So he must be using the Malakim to find anyone he missed and process them. Sounds like him. Process?
Be it a prince or a little girl.
We're now asking ourselves, is Tabitha alright?
I wonder if Tabitha's alright.
I don't think she'll be suppressed so easily.
Aye. She's got more grit than the average soldier.
But even if she resists suppression, if the Abbey finds her, she'd stand out even more with us. She ran an entire shadow network. Finding a place to hide will be child's play for her.
Maybe she was just pretending to be an old woman.
Huh? But I really loved Tabitha's cooking.
I'm just kidding. You don't run into a woman that tough every day.
She's been living in society's shadows since before we were born. If she heard you were worried, she'd laugh and say you're wasting your time.
Then we should be on our way to the villa.
I'm not sure if they're implying that because she's in the Shadow Network, she has a place to hide, or if she'll blend in. Not 100% certain what they're implying, how she would not get caught by the angels. I'm not really following that strain of logic, but sure, she's just that good. I guess is our takeaway from that statement. Well, in any case, we unlocked the teleporter here, so thankfully we do not have to bother going through most of the dungeon. We do, however, have to take the ladder back up. Oh, actually, that reminds me. I am failing to recall if we did this already, but I could check real quick here. Okay, we did unlock the geo board there. That's what I wanted to make sure. we'll be doing a checklist just to make sure we've seen everything else with the Geo board. We might have missed one skit because I think I missed exactly one Geo spot before the event could occur. But we'll see. Worst thing that happens is we pay to see the skit, and that's why we need the extra cat souls. Some extra silver scraps never hurt. Again, I like that most of the time when you play the game, if you've been really diligent with your enchanting and disenchanting, honestly, even just getting the materials is still pretty useful all the way to the end of the game. I like that they did that with the system, where I'm like, I can still make use of amber level equipment, even if it's not to wear it, which I think is pretty cool. And we just got another odorless fluid. That's great, because I need it in like intervals of 5. So now I think I can have up to 3 rare items using that, since I'm at 15. Not too bad. Well, actually, I forgot to check. Okay, so that didn't restock. Sometimes you just gotta double check. So I don't want these to restock if they have. I'm gonna pick them up. So it looks like none of the chests respawn, which is kind of interesting. Because the stuff in the town did, but this area didn't. Not 100% certain why that is, to be honest. But that's okay. Well, we got a few extra silver scraps in case we need to just get a basic plus bonus going. And now we'll be able to head into the church a little further, where inevitably we're going to be tossed into another battle. Another odorless fluid. You know what? That's good for us. As I said before, it's very difficult to get that while you're on chaos mode, because that requires getting an item with absolutely no skills on it. And because you're playing on a higher difficulty, you more often than not will get items with skills on them. It just becomes increasingly rare, especially as you increase the number of abilities that it can have. So we'll take those. The remedy to that, of course, is just to play simple difficulty. If you're just looking for more of those, just like do a tournament. Oh, I got cutscened. I was expecting to go down one more flight of stairs.
My mind is...
A channeling circle!
He's eating their will directly!
Here we have even more minions of prophecy. Same kinds of weaknesses.
With an entrance like this, it's almost like...
Like we're a bunch of heroes.
Hey, no fair! You were supposed to say, like what?
I enter the
I'm sorry, did one of our allies just get nuked? Goodbye, Magilu. Rest in peace, Magilu chat. She got nuked. This should weaken them up a little more, though. I mean, I probably should revive her so she gets the experience. I don't really need it to beat the battle, but I really don't want to miss on that experience. There we go.
Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try. Perfect mayhem. No escape. Eat it. Up. Too slow.
I want to see where that soul went. There we go. There we go. Let's get a little extra meter. Again, we're just making sure as many souls as possible are burned. Eleanor cannot possibly get any more souls, so that's fine. Ooh, I actually dodged that. Oh, that's the wrong spell. When she said lightning rain down, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not flare. That's not Flame Beast. This spell is amazing, chat. Just look at this. It's like so spammable. I love it. Oh, I took a lot of damage from that. That's kind of unfortunate. But hey, another enemy got the kill, or ally got the kill. Not too bad.
Prince Percival, are you all right?
Yes, thank you. Well, I know I can still feel scared out of my wits at least.
It's all right now. We'll help you find your mommy, and then
Mommy was executed. They killed her because she stole food to give to me. But that's okay. They had to. Mommy was acting against reason.
So this is the true face of their suppression.
Yes, this is the ideal world sought by Shepherd Artorias. As long as malevolence gave rise to demons, this was the only way. That's why the Kingdom of Midgand consented to his plan. But I will never consent.
So, Laufey's has leveled. We've acquired the Quartz Boots. Not honestly an impactful grade loss. I'd rather get the experience. I mean, that's quite a bit of experience right there.
A world without sadness, but also without joy. A world without hate, but also without love.
You suppose the whole world's like this now?
No. Even this close to the Empyrean's throne, some here have held on to their free will. Still, we don't have much time.
Right. I can feel Inominat's domain spreading even now. It's incomplete, but it's quickly growing stronger.
Even we might be suppressed if this keeps up, and then it'll be reason o'clock all day long.
Prince, Griffin is doing well.
Good. That's good. I'm happy. Truly. Until now, I thought I was just a tool to serve my country. But when my feelings were being torn from me, I felt myself want something. No, I thought. I don't want this. I don't want to lose who I am. I understand the true horror of this ideal world now. I know it's selfish to put this burden on you, but I beg you, stop all this. Stop Shepherd Artorias.
You said something to me once. A bird that cannot fly is no bird at all. And now I say this to you. People stripped of their feelings can never truly be alive.
Yeah, that's how I used to be.
We're going to defeat Artorias. We're going to make this world one where we can be ourselves. We're doing it for us, not for you.
You've changed, haven't you?
You really have. You used to be a sword wielded by your own hatred. But now, you're in control. You're the one who swings the blade.
Even if I still don't know when to sheathe it.
Don't worry. When danger comes, I'll be there to protect you.
My, I'm jealous. It must be nice to have a reliable young man like that by your side.
It certainly is. Our Fee's a gallant soul.
Eisen, about Captain Ifrid.
I dealt with him. But the Abbey, they stomped all over Ifrid's pride to achieve this suppression of theirs. With these hands, I will destroy them.
Then I'm going to be selfish too. And as just another flawed human being, I will offer a humble prayer that you succeed.
I'm pumped. Who wants to go cut our way into this throne of theirs?
We can't just barge in, Sword for Brains. We gotta prepare.
We stick to the plan. Wake up the four Empyreans and take Inominat's domain away from him.
Artorias said the ceremony wouldn't be complete until the Scarlet Night.
Will they complete the ceremony first, or will we awaken the Empyreans? It's a gamble.
Well, moping won't get us anywhere. Let's head to Mount Killerhouse.
Right. It's time to suppress the suppression.
I like how confidently they declare that we're going to Mount Killerhouse, and I'm letting you know the first thing we're gonna do is not go to Mount Killerhouse. Like, under no scenario are we ever following the plot. So nice try, game. You tried to get us all pumped, but no. We have side quests to do. So I just wanted to make sure we didn't miss anybody in there. We should be okay. So I believe at this point the game will open up a bit more. So if I go ahead and view this cutscene, I should be able to teleport again.
Eleanor, did the Exorcists know about this when they agreed to help Artorias?
They couldn't have. The exorcist I know fought for a world where people could live their lives in happiness and peace.
But then how do you explain the fact that the Exorcists seem to accept what's going on?
Maybe that was just what I wanted to believe.
It could be that Inominat's suppression is also affecting the exorcists.
You mean Inominat might have taken control of their will and made them his tools?
Completely believable. Exorcists are too hard-headed to be open to much persuasion.
If I stayed with the Abbey, I might have accepted this world too. Thank you, Laphicet. It's your strength that protects my heart from wavering.
You really think so?
Of course I do. Have a little more self-confidence.
Guess it's a good thing I captured you then.
That's true. I owe you my gratitude as well. Thank you.
Seriously?
Quite. To be able to express what's in my heart is a wonderful thing.
You still drive me mad, but I can't disagree there.
I want to do all I can.
Even when not yet fully awakened, Inominat can extend his reach to the entire world.
The other towns are probably in the same sorry state as the ones we've seen. Or perhaps even worse.
Magilu, is there some art that can awaken Malachim?
What do you mean?
Well, if I could just use the flames of purification properly.
Even if you could alter reality with that power, you'd end up destroying yourself in the process. Do you want to awaken that badly?
I need more power.
For Velvet's sake?
For her too, but I hate what the Abbey is doing. It's just wrong. This world of theirs is without any joy. I just want to do everything I can to stop them. This is what I want, with my own free will. And
I know of no such art. And even if I did, it wouldn't help you.
Huh?
You've already found strength in your heart. There's no magic that can make that stronger. What you need is to be ready and determined. And to be brave.
I guess you're right. Thanks, Magilu.
No thanks necessary. 100 gold will cover it.
You want me to pay you?
Hey, good advice isn't free. What do I look like, a sidewalk psychiatrist? I'm a witch.
She always has to be so difficult.
A sidewalk psychiatrist. That is quite a reference. But, chat, at this point, we actually can go back to Yassault, so we should probably do so. We're on our own, chat. And more importantly, we have to make sure to get all these little geotrees. So before I actually go into Yassault, let's make sure we gather those. Remember Yassault, chat? What an innocent place. Yeah, Magilu has made it more complicated, I suppose. Friendship is not straightforward with her. Hey chat, looks like some of the herbs have respawned. That's exactly what I wanted to see when I came here. Why, thank you. I will take that art +3. We've been diligent, chat. That's a good sign. If this place has respawned, I'll take those stats. So we might be on track, chat. The only way we could really double check is if this respawns and we go back to Velvet's village. If both of those have respawned, then I could get infinite stats. Hopefully I did not pick them too out of order. I'm not sure if it matters the order specifically that you pick them, or if it's just that you pick them in general. Because the game will keep track of which ones have been removed. I just don't remember if the actual order you pick them makes a difference. So if you might have also noticed, chat, is that this herb also respawns, so that's fantastic. Let's go pick up that free red herb, since we've been diligent as this happened. So let's give little boy... Oh, look at that! Chat, little boy is officially the tankiest party member from raw stat perspective. Good job, Laphicet. You normally have the worst defense in the game. That is quite amazing that we've gotten you to this point. So I want to check real quick to see if there's a story here. And if there is not, I'm going to check Haria Village. Now, these herbs don't usually respawn for me, but I don't think it's a big deal if they're here or not. Again, I don't know why this is. Like, see, like, we picked these herbs earlier, chat, but they're not here. The herb system works in mysterious ways in this game. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't 100% understand it. I just know that if you play it the same way each time, they will always respawn in the same order. That's about all I could tell you. There is actually one that does respawn, and I'm curious if that one has returned. It's not here, though. I'm gonna do a quick tour. Okay, so we have to go to the tavern at some point, which is fine. I was coming back here anyway. So there's one other place where the herb tends to respawn, which is weird. Again, as I said before, I don't know what happens to it. I think it's like some combination. Oh, we should probably talk to these people, but not quite yet. We'll do that in a little bit. I don't want to get too sidetracked. Let's make sure we get the skit, and then I'm gonna check for the herb. Oh, what's this? Oh, a geoboard minigame. I mean, I guess I could geoboard. I'll take another floric item. We do need more of that material. Well, fine. We'll take one detour. I don't honestly remember this one. Oh, that's kind of annoying. So I have to go downward at some point. Oh, that is super awkward to navigate with. So I think the big problem here is I just don't remember where the flags are. So I'm not going to do this very optimally. Yeah, like right now I'm thinking, how do I get lower? Okay, there we go. It's over here. I might still be able to get this timer. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too bad. It's okay. I haven't been geoboarding for like quite some time, but we'll get it first try. Despite the stairs. We got crying glasses. These are sure to make everyone around you worry. Well, I don't know why we'd want to wear those then. In any case, let's go make sure we talk to this person.
The Abbey is telling everyone to stay away from the Palamedes ruins because a vicious demon has settled in them. It's a real nasty piece of work. Likes to call its buddies over just to devour them. And it's only getting more aggressive over time. Not even the exorcists have been able to keep it under control. If you know what's good for you, you'll all stay away from there too.
A demon that devours other demons and gets more brutal. That sounds like venomization.
If it's bringing in other demons just to eat them, then yeah. I'd bet it's acting on instinct.
Trying to live and be strong, even if that means eating its fellow demons. Why, that's positively alluring.
And how is that exactly?
You know how when it's late at night and you just know you shouldn't have that snack, but there it is and it's so tempting?
If it's been at this for a while, I bet it'll make for a pretty tough opponent.
Yeah, and if Velvet devoured it, she might become a lot stronger.
It sounds dangerous to me.
To feed or not to feed? That is the question.
Former says, who knows how powerful that cannibal demon will become if we leave it to its own devices. It would be safer to eliminate it as soon as we can. You know what, since we're probably not going to come back in the tavern, let's talk to Sad-Eyed Man. My desire for a girlfriend is unnecessary. I will entrust all to the Abbey's reason, mumble. Hey, did you have too much to drink? Ooh, looks like the suppression is reaching out all the way to here, chat. All the way in Southgand. Let's see, do you have anything else we could be taking a look at? Oh, hey chat, there's just something called Cannibal Mass. What a great name. Half damage when holding only one soul. That's actually a very useful skill to have. There's another comeback mechanic. We could get it in Palamedes, which is fine. Also kind of weird that this is number 14, because we definitely could not have gotten it prior to this point. So this enemy is actually pretty weak compared to everything else. Not really sure why they chose to do that, because we were not allowed to come back here until just now, just for clarity. Anyway, chat, before I get too distracted, I want to make sure we check for the herbs on this side. The guy's chanting reason and says there's a voice inside my head. So it looks like the herb has not respawned here. Sometimes, I don't really know why, it'll spawn up there. Uh-oh, the boy has to work for the many. If I had to guess how it works, I think it keeps track of not like when you pick it up, but like what types you pick up. So like if you pick up an attack plus, I think either it respawns something of the same type, or it respawns like the next one in the alphabetical order list. So next would be like if you pick up attack, you'll unlock a defense herb on the list. I feel like it works something like that, chat. It's not very straightforward to my knowledge. Ifrit's crew member says, we don't know how far the suppression has spread. Be careful out there. Well, we'll be taking advantage of the teleport in a little bit. I'm going to make sure not to save over the other marsh save. I think everybody else is doing okay for the time being. There's a chest down there. It's a bronze chest though, chat. I really don't care about the bronze chests. So we're not going to go out of our way for that. No thank you. I will acknowledge it's there and promptly ignore it. Let's check inside each of the major buildings to see if there's more people to talk to. I must be forgiving. I remember doing the same thing. Oh, maybe that's in reference to Lafisette's skit. Lever says, the time of tranquility has come. Hearing the Nomad's creation is manifest, mumble. So it seems like only some of the people are reacting to the suppression here. Not all of them. Like, we're having fairly normal conversations with most of the people. But what we're gonna do is, I could teleport to Haria, which would save time, but I actually want to get some herbs. So we're gonna take a little bit of time picking those up. Speaking of which, I want to make sure that we go inside all the buildings just to talk to people. Why is everybody mumbling to themselves over and over these days? I don't understand either. Maybe it's another calamity. We should probably tell the Abbey about it. I don't know if you want to mention that to the Abbey. Hello, young woman. What do you have to say? Can I talk to you? The blessing of the Empyrean Aminosh has fallen from us. Our faith must now turn to reason and the Empyrean Anominat. Huh? Why did I say that? It's all about the power of will, Kirk. Retired fisherman says, I have lived a selfish life. I spurned reason, spread disorder. I lived according to my desires. I must atone for my sins with my own hands. With my own hands. Well, he's not doing too well. Oh no, souvenir shop owner. Souvenirs only dredge up useless emotions. They must be eliminated. They must be eliminated.
Go on, you there. Come on, take a look.
The weapon dealer seems kind of happy though, so that's not too bad. Again, we'll purchase these items. Hey, an actually new item for sale. Look at that. See that, chat? Sometimes the game will sell you enemy drops, which is good because we haven't been fighting a lot of enemies, so I appreciate that it just gave us something we were missing. Speaking of which, have we really not gotten any upgrades for Velvet still? I mean, other than the armor? Seriously? Whatever, chat. We're working with what we got. Just making sure everybody is still learning something. Like, little boy is done. Oh, Magilu hasn't learned Topaz yet. Topaz's skill. Could briefly swap them. So everybody else is still learning a new skill, which makes sense. I haven't really gotten too many new bags. And I'm not missing any weapons either. We're just gonna make sure that we have everything that we need. Yeah, the armors I'm still working on. Rings she's still working on. Boots are so close to mastery. What a shame how close it is yet so far. Hey, we're done with spirit daggers. Are there any other daggers we have to learn from? There are. Scorching Daggers. Ooh. Weirdly, that's actually a damage increase for me. I think I'm okay with that. Again, his break soul is not important to me, but getting the stun damage here is, so I might just improve him slightly there. Oh hey, he's done with the shell ring. So he can move on to legless ring. Sure, unfortunately it makes us lose magic damage, which is a bit unfortunate. Oh, he's using the finger of God again, chat. That crazy Aizen. Yeah, so we could improve Witching Hour, for example. It's not a bad one to level if you just want the 35% equipment drop rate, because most characters only have, I believe, just 2 items that improve the drop rate, so, and that's usually the highest. So I'm just taking a look through if there's anything I could just very briefly level. Oh, this is just bronze. Yeah, I have no reason not to upgrade this. We have so many bronze scraps. That's what I'm also talking about, chat. It's very easy to get like +8, +9, +10 on the really cheap materials. So surprisingly, things like the shadow daggers here might actually be really good if we put points into it, because it's a single stat focus, and on top of that we get 7% attack. Ideally, we would wait until we get the one that gives us 10% attack, though. Ideally. But unfortunately, sometimes the weapons that improve attack power are on weapons that only give, like, magic damage. So they become kind of useless in different scenarios, which is kind of unfortunate. I believe we have dueled you. Oh, I'm just checking the difficulties. Yep, we cleared her. She has no new difficulties. So we're just gonna surf our way back. Because, again, I want to make sure we pick up any herbs that are here. Because I believe we have a good reset going, chat. Where if I were to walk from here to Palamedes, pretty much all the herbs, except for within the towns themselves, have respawned. Which is good. I want that to happen, actually. Oh, reason for the many. I see Chris is getting along with the game. It's all fine, chat. Listen, I know the game said that we had to deal with, like, this big problem, but, I mean, the suppression's not bad. We could just hold a couple days. Right, chat? Like, we don't need to go there right away. I mean, sure, there's the Scarlet Knight incoming, where that's our only chance to do anything, but that means, you know, we still have a couple days. So if we're just going collecting cat souls and whatever, it's fine. Alright, hopefully this one is also respawned. Oh, I saw some sparkles. Yeah! Look at that, chat. Look at that. Perfect pickup. Oh boy, little boy's art defense is very silly high. Wait, why does he have 700 focus? Wait, excuse me? Well, how did that happen? Oh, because of unnamed boots. Okay, I wasn't looking when I equipped that item. I'm just like, hello, endgame focus. I mean, generally I want around 1,000 focus for like true endgame, but just kind of funny to see that there sometimes. I'm like, oh, I guess he'll just cause all the status ailments. It's fine. So again, we're gonna take our time here. Hopefully this one is also respawned, and it has. Wow, that is a perfect reset, chat. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Little boy's gonna get even more focus. That's a lot of SP regenerated between combos. Which is actually important for us because we're just going to be spell spamming and we have a lot of opportunity to spell reset. Now you'll notice it's very quiet here, and that's because, if you recall, chat, there are no survivors, so this place is kind of a ghost town. But hey, we could return to the merchant stall. Because if you look around, chat, there's a blue Nordal.
That's 3 Nordals collected, and 1 to go.
Right.
Usually that turtle shows up right about now. What gives? Turtles, loiters, embroiders?
You mean, the Turtles is late because he's taking too much time getting a new design for his robe?
I knew you could follow along, my dear little oyster.
Should we wait for him a bit longer? I'm sure your sister's reply has to be arriving soon.
I don't write her those letters expecting to get a reply. They're more like an apology for not coming home to see her.
But you can't go home because of the Reaper's curse, right? So why do you need to send letters and gifts?
Soon after I left, my sister wrote me a letter. She said, "I don't care if it's dangerous. I want to be with you." Maybe the old me, once I realized there was no fixing this curse, would have gone home prepared to do everything in my power to protect her. But I'm not the old me. Haven't been since I met Ifrit and his crew.
I understand. You found your place on that ship. Even if you lifted the curse, you wouldn't move back home.
Do you think your sister knows that?
I haven't told her directly, but I'm sure she's realized it. She's smart, and she's empathetic. That's why she never sends me a reply.
You mean because she respects that you've chosen your way of life?
That's probably how she sees it, yes. But understanding does not preclude loneliness. I think she doesn't reply as a way of showing that she disapproves.
And you keep on sending those letters by way of atonement.
I don't think it's anything so noble as that, but sure. You're probably not too far off the mark.
A brother writing letters knowing he'll never get a reply. And a sister waiting for a brother she knows will never come home.
You two make it so damn complicated. Just talk it out face to face and make up already. It's not that hard. At least the person you care about is still alive.
Velvet.
Are we done here? Let's go.
There we go. We tamed the Nordal, chat. So we have to go get the Geotree. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else we have to do here. Now, normally, as I said before, the herbs don't respawn here. But hey, they respawned here, so I don't know what I did differently. I mean, I'll take it. I don't think this will mess anything up, because I don't really want to see them here. Little boy will get another 15 health, because why not, chat? I can hear the Geotree, but I think it's up the stairs. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with the word empathetic with Edna, given we've seen her character in the other game. Boxes, chat. What a troll. They make me work for that. I think if there's anything else I should be looking for. I don't think so. Again, we're gonna check over here. The herbs also respawned over here. Wow, I've never had that happen. I mean, I'll take it. I mean, to me, that's just basically I just got a free level up. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to explain. I'll have to double check the notes that I have for the level ups. But basically, to give you a rough idea of what happens, is like there are 200 levels a character can attain within this game. And as you get further and further along, closer to 200, you get less and less stats. So I believe like the first 50 or so levels give you the full bonus, and then it halves it, and then it halves it again as you get closer to 200. So the early levels are a lot more important than some of the later levels. Like, honestly, there's not really a big difference between, like, level 150 and level, like, 190 from a stat perspective. They're both pretty bad. Like, we're talking it will give you, like, half a stat point worth of levels, depending on the character. Whereas, like, when you're going from levels 1 to 50 in particular, you get 3 or 2 to a major stat. So getting those herbs becomes a lot more important later on. I wanted to make sure to come over here, not for the teleport, but I wanted the cat souls, chat. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted the cat souls. I remembered they were here. Just want all the shinies, chat. So we're gonna be taking a little walk through here, just to see if anything respawned. But more importantly, we do need the Geotree. Yeah, level ups kind of matter in this game, just the early ones. But after a while, it's like, no, they just suck. Just, it doesn't matter. You're basically just showing off after like level 100 or so, Chad. It's like you don't really need those levels. I would almost argue it's faster to herb farm for a character than it is to level them. Like in terms of like what makes your character stronger. As you saw, Laphicet's already eclipsing basically every character in their base stats. So good job, Laphicet, you did it. We're gonna check out this herb. If things go well, chat, these have all respawned. Because if they have, I mean, this is just nothing but free stats, so I'll be very happy if this is the case. If we miss like one herb, it's not a big deal. Yeah, like we didn't get this herb to respawn for some reason. You know what, chat? It's okay. We got like 2 in the other village. So we're already have a surplus of 2. So we'll just strike that one off the list. We literally have missed 1 herb so far out of all the possible herbs I was expecting. So it's fine. We'll just adapt to whatever the game gives us. I'm also trying to remember where the Geotree is. It is unfortunately not coming to me. But you know what is coming to me? That rare chest in the back. I would really like it. Please go away, Snake. What do you have for us? Stream chain. Oh, it's actually a pretty good one. Let's go ahead and collect these cat souls, chat. Oh, look at that cat soul count. It's almost at 3,000. Look at it, chat. It had time to recover. We were like dangerously close to only 2,000 cat souls. So again, we're just gonna have a nice leisurely stroll to the temple. So now that we talked to that one person in Yasol, this will unlock the Palamedes fight. If we were to go to Palamedes right away, it actually will not spawn there. Huh. This herb didn't respawn either. I mean, okay. I mean, if it shifts over to Haria, that's actually better for me. So far I'm not disappointed. I mean, I'd rather get them in Haria than have to actually walk through this whole area. This is better than when I normally do it. So right now we've gone very net neutral. I think the only one I'm kind of interested in is the one at Palamedes, because that one is not too bad to get to. Ooh, lots of cat souls there, chat. Look at that count ascend. Don't worry, chat. We'll be doing a lot of cat soul collecting, I think, much later on, but this saves us a lot of time. Just making sure we do this right now while looking for items and things like that. As long as we are not explicitly spending like hours getting the cat souls this way, it's okay. Jet black waistcoat. Oh, okay, that's right. It's the armor that gives focus. It's okay. I know. It's amazing. We got almost all of our souls back. That means we're due for spending like 600. I think we do have to spend roughly 700 or so, like no joke. Like as soon as we go to the next area. But we want to make sure we have these cat souls. Ooh, this one didn't respawn either. Interesting. I wonder what area reset instead of this one. What a mystery, chat. Ooh, exactly 3,000 cat souls. What a great number to be at, chat. I don't believe I've missed the Geotree at this point. It must just be really close to the other temple, which is fine. See, we'll consider this a learning experience, chat, of where the Geotree is. I mean, it kind of makes sense that it would try to put it somewhere else. It would put it in the most annoying spot for it to be. That's fine. Oh, I almost got dangerous encountered there. That would have made me kind of sad. Oh, look at that, chat. We have a surplus, finally. Goodbye, Hawk. I don't feel like fighting you. This is all mine, chat. So I think what we'll end up doing is we'll check Velvet's village in a little bit. Oh, there's the Geotree. Awesome. So that's another one off the list. So I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else we should backtrack, revisit to. I think there's a skit if I go to Lionel Wharf. I believe that's in my notes. So we'll have to go there eventually. Again, they have skits at some of the weirdest places again. I'm not really sure why they do that. Amphibial Fragment, awesome. We're not at 99, so collecting any of those is very welcome. And now we get to go a little faster. Ooh, a silver chest. I kind of want it. Because again, this is guaranteed equipment. Another amphibial waistcoat. Okay. Again, that just helps me get powders for crafting purposes. So I'm always happy to see items in this game, and that's a hallmark of a good system right there. I mean, there's definitely things they can clean up with the item system, but the fact that they made older items still relevant is kind of nice. Like, relevant but not mandatory is exactly how I want items to be. Let's see, did this one reset is the big question. No, this one did not reset, huh? We might have to explore a little, chat, to see which area reset. So apparently this whole path did not reset. So something went wrong, but that's not the worst thing to happen. So unfortunately, we also don't have the Geotree for this location, so we're gonna have to take a look around. Guess you can only get lucky so many times, chat. Oh, there's the Geotree. That wasn't too bad. As I said before, we have to make sure we continuously collect those.
Is that a monolith?
Is that a monolith? It is a monolith. But we have to make sure we continuously collect the Geotrees. There is a skit involved with collecting all of them. So even places like this, where you wouldn't really necessarily care if you had it again, it is important for the skits. I don't think there's anything I really want to fight here. I think we're okay blast gauge wise. Oh, Magilu died, so she's got no meter. That's kind of annoying, but that's fine. Hey chat, look, it's the Cannibal Mass, also known as Gluttony. Survivors Ventite, all damage taken reduced by 20. Ooh, it actually has a good variety of elements on that one, and it makes sense. It looks like it would be a water monster. It's got some water attacks, that makes sense.
It's the demon-eating demon.
The more it eats, the more ferocious it gets, right?
I'd rather not find out. Let's take it down fast.
Sorry, what was the weakness was first? Which one was my earth move? Was it Tearing Thorn? It was Tearing Thorn. Okay. Aw, blocked the only attack I wanted to make sure landed. Oh, this thing is gonna take so much damage, chat. Wow. Oh, it made a big mistake. Velvet kind of does a lot of damage if the enemy is stunned.
I hope I did a good job.
Chad, I think we can officially say that mini-boss was eliminated. Oh, Velvet. Let's see. Well, we earned a lot of grade from that, so that's good. Hey, 5% chance of happening SG costs? I'd like longer combos randomly. Sure. Capability versus beast, that's common. Art defense for little boy, sure. 18% chance not to lose souls during Break Soul, that's really good. I'd like to just spam more Break Soul for more meter. So honestly, that really couldn't have gone better.
I don't know how, but we managed to beat it. It devoured other demons purely by instinct. Sounds kind of like me, doesn't it?
So you've eaten a few cows, or demons, whatever. When you're hungry, you eat. The only ones who put any moral weight on it are humans. Personally, I wouldn't sweat it too much. What are you trying to say?
It's fine. I don't really care if I'm seen as a bad guy.
I don't really know how to put it, but I sensed a kind of strength inside that demon. Like a determination to continue living. It was powerful and frightening, but I don't think it was bad.
Figures.
So chat, we just gotta one-shot the boss. Oops. Well, I was trying to use more break souls on Magilu, but at least the other characters have more break soul now, so I feel a little better. Unfortunately, Velvet no longer has it. So we're now at the point where we're kind of done with the character. I'm trying to think if this is worth it. I mean, like, I do a lot of physical strikes, but I'd really prefer, like, for 10 extra attack to lose, like, 100 magic. It's not a good trade for me, so I think I'm going to skip it for now. And again, I'd rather get the attack power on the belt, so we'll be wearing that for a while. Again, I don't really want defense for Velvet, and unfortunately it seems like that's all we have. I guess I'll swap it for now. And we're unfortunately going to lose our attack ring, which, I recommend you keep a few of these. When you're trying to get more damage, 52 attack is actually pretty significant. But we'll have her deal bonus damage versus Crustacean. Sure, why not? Now, unfortunately, we don't have enough for more Mithral Boots, so we're going to have to go figure out where we got the Mithral Boots. I'm actually trying to remember which vendor we were at specifically that had those. But we're going to go look for that vendor very soon, because we're starving for new items. Oh, she's just using regular Force Ring? Oh, she could just be using this. Like, so much better. So right now she's got 143 to magic, which is, like, not bad, but there's definitely better ones she could be wearing. Speaking of which... You see what I mean about this, chat? Like, this is just, like, a really basic ribbon, and it just because it's a single stat, it offers so much to stats compared to everything else. Now, this one potentially could add up 10% to magic power, but unfortunately it splits its stats, so it's like kind of a mix as to which one's more useful. But because we're using her mostly as a magic user, we'll take a look at which one actually gives us more. Oh, this one didn't unlock the enhancement bonus. Okay, since the other one didn't unlock the enhancement bonus, we'll just equip that for now. Alright, she can also learn the Mithral Spear, so she'll lose a little bit of magic, but I also tend to melee with her, so this is actually probably better for when I take control of her. Unless I'm just using Flare Beast or whatever. Let's see, nothing of interest there. Oh, little boy getting more raw attack power? Sure, chat. We don't need defense, it's fine. Little boy needs to do more damage. Oh, we could switch him over to the +1. That's actually good. Excellent. In exchange, she can move on to the Shell Ring, which gives magic attack power, which is extremely good for Magilu. So I'm glad that that's there. Because again, that will be a majority of her damage. And I would love Rokuro to not have magic attack boots on, so if he could just wear almost literally anything else, I think it would be an upgrade. So has he mastered, he's mastered Topaz. Has he mastered everything else? Has. I mean, Spike Shoes adds damage. I'd rather have that for the moment. Again, I don't usually use his magic arts that often. Oh, Quartz Boots are even better than what we're using, so that's a more significant improvement. But unfortunately, I'm not seeing one that really stands out for me. It is what it is. We are done with the Topaz Pendant, which gives us armor, which is kind of important for I die to everything Aizen. Here's an example of like something that gives 10% art but splits the stats. So this could arguably be worse than his other one that adds art percentage, if we even have that one. Oh, we never actually found that one. So we're definitely missing some items, like just looking through this. Like, we do have a lot of them, but we are missing a few. I'll take the one that halves his SG cost randomly. Him having more focus isn't terrible. Because we do need to rely off of fatigue as him with the spellcaster, so that's not too bad. I'm just gonna very quickly check these herbs to see if they've respawned, and if they have, I'll just pick them up. Since both of these herbs are right at the end of the dungeon anyway. They have not respawned. What a mystery, chat. We're gonna have to go for a hunt as to what herbs actually respawned when we got to this point. Oh well. So I think we're done here, so let's just teleport to the reef. And we will teleport to... like the dramatic music while I'm here. I guess we'll go to... a ball eventually, but let's go to the wharf just to get the skit out of the way. Nice try, game. I'm not going in the dungeon. Get out of here. Listen, we already went there twice. I'm not going there a third time. All the people are gathered round. Oh, there's Benwick.
What's that you're pouring out?
It's for Ifrid's memorial.
Captain, this is some good booze the first mate's been hiding away. Drink up! It's all yours!
Ha! I'll never forget you, Captain. And I'll never forget that 500 gold I loaned to you either.
And I'll always remember how hard your fists were.
That's just because you screwed up all the time, Benwick.
I always meant to hit him back one day, but now I'll never have the chance. It's so unfair!
Oh, shut up. It'd be 100 years before you'd be able to knock him out. Not even Von Ifrid would wait that long for you.
Hey, I could have managed it in 50.
Well, this turned out to be a pretty lively memorial.
To death, we are as equals. It comes to us all. There's no reason to treat it as something special.
Exactly. And besides, we're all pirates here. Wherever we sail, death is always lurking beneath the waves.
You're all prepared for it.
Of course we are.
Eisen, would you mind if I said a prayer for Ifrid?
You would? He's the most terrible villain in 100 years.
That's true, but I just...
What if you prayed for Eisen's friends instead? I don't think there'd be a problem with that.
Okay. Is it alright if I pray for your friends instead, Eisen?
I'm not stopping you. Captain, I was more enriched by the days I spent sailing with you than the centuries I roamed in search of something to end my curse. Thanks for the fun, Ifrid.
I had a short little memorial for the captain. Again, this is very easy to miss. It's good that we came back here. Bloodwing Agent is excited that we defeated Cannibal Mass, so we attained extra gold. So we should have one more on our list. We have to go back to Titania. So I'm just double checking. There is one more skit that we have to view and a ball. I guess we should do a ball first. What am I doing? I don't have to walk to a ball. Okay, see, these herbs respawned. Hold on, we're just going backwards repeatedly. So, did these herbs... Oh, not what I wanted. So did the herbs and Taliesin respawn? I need to know, chat. This is important information. If I come here, is this one back? No. We have a mystery on our hands, and see, these two usually respawn together, which is okay. Again, we'll go to each of the towns just to talk to the people. Right now, that's not my focus. I want to make sure we get all the other side stories out of the way. So we got Southgand out of the way, which is good. We don't have to go back there. Oops.
Woo, it's a biggie!
My surfing controls were very poor. I have only myself to blame. There we go. Again, we're gonna make sure Magilu has more meter. She should be able to do a more powerful art if she's at 4 meter. Now she is. That's good. Now most of our characters have a decent amount of meter.
Are
And our only concern really is Aizen's the only one that does not have 3 meter. He's very close though. So we'll make sure to sub into Aizen if we get into a big fight. Let's see, did these herbs respawn? These herbs did respawn. Okay, so this one's working as intended. So far, anyway. I seem to have somehow reset, like, a ball. Or not a ball. I somehow reset, like, Yasol, but I didn't reset the other area. That's okay. We're just gonna have a nice magical little journey here for more herbs, chat. It's like, when Magilu's saying there's no magic that can make a character stronger, she forgot the most important thing for powering up, and it's the herbs, chat. How could she forget? Wow, he's actually getting a lot of health. He's like almost up to Eleanor levels of health. And again, I very much look forward to playing as Little Boy in the true late game. Right now I'm focusing mostly on Velvet for casual combat, but Aizen's also a pretty strong pick right now for casual combat. Because You're Wide Open is kind of hard to deny. It's like one of the best crowd clears in the game. And again, normally you'd want to pump nothing but raw physical attack into Velvet to make her an unstoppable god, but you know what? It's still going to Little Boy, so we're fine. We gotta balance those stats out, chat. He's not #1 in every category. We have to fix that. Well, we haven't had like an official save in a while. We should probably do that. Just denoting that the chat was talking about the physical abuse the captain gave them. I'm sure they got into a lot of different fights. Okay, as long as we don't get double ogre. See, now I'm scared because we've leveled more and their stats scale on our level. Oh, but these herbs didn't respawn. Oh, I have no idea what happened, chat. I must have missed a few herbs on the way here. Because this is not, it's like controlled random. I must have forgotten like 4 in another area. So like the where it resets is off. That's a shame. So that's gonna be fun if we want to level up this in this save file, because I have no idea where it respawned the herbs at this point. It can partially fill a dungeon. It doesn't have to necessarily fill all in the dungeon when you start collecting from one area. As I said before, it's like controlled randomness. I just had it set up in such a way on, I guess in 2 of my playthroughs, but not this one, unfortunately, where every time I went to Morgana Woods, it actually reset Haria, and every time I went to Haria, it reset Morgana Woods. So I had like an infinite loop that I didn't have to think about. Well, it looks like we'll have to think about it now. How unfortunate, chat. It is what it is, though. Hello, Giant Ogre. Let's collect a few souls. We could get an understanding of where the herbs are in this game. Ooh, we're at 150 souls. How lovely. Yeah, see, this one didn't respawn either. Very curious, chat. Hopefully we did not respawn, like, the green herbs, which would be the worst case scenario, where we go from the red herbs that give 3 to a primary stat to only 2 with the green herbs. That would be unfortunate. Because that's what I liked about, like, the Haria into this area, is that both of them were red herbs. And both of them had a lot of damage herbs on the same path. One thing I'm kind of sad about is you can't really see the herbs you've collected on the minimap. I'm not sure why they did that, to be honest. I feel like they probably could have added an icon there. So if they're gonna make you herb gather again, which is not my favorite mechanic, and I would not be sad if it leaves this game forever, I would like them to be denoted on the other minimap. Yeah, each Tales game has a different way of raising stats to some extent. Some of it is just purely through weapons. Some of them have like minor herbs, but they're not farmable kind of thing. Like there's other ways you're expected to power up your character. Like sometimes you could just literally buy the herbs in stores, like I think in Zilia. Oh, did these herbs respawn? Oh, that's random. Well, one of the herbs is behaving as expected. Wow, Little Boy is very tanky. What is his base defense at? 408. So chat, he officially has the highest armor and the highest magic resistance. I think normally he has one of the lowest, if not the lowest magic or physical defenses, only really competing with Magilu. And I believe he does have the highest magic resistance naturally. So he's already the tankiest party member by far. That's why we love to call him Lofty Tank. Plus the fact that he can half damage with his Break Soul, like this character is kind of unkillable at times. So there should be something for us to do, not within the village itself. But, oh, hey, these herbs respawned. Okay, I mean, more health for little boy, chat. This is all this is. So, unfortunately, I can't remember. I think there is one herb here. But, unfortunately, I can't check it in the area map. So, we're going to check down here real quick. Oh, Kirk is saying Lofty God. Kirk, I cannot wait for you to say that statement when we unlock the third Break Soul. That's when Lofty Set ascends. His tier compared to the other characters is just like phenomenal. There is such a gap in character power when you unlock it. It's so unfair. It's so unfair. Right now he's Lofty Tank. He is not ascended to Lofty God status yet. When he gets his third Break Soul followed by his third Mystic Art, it's over. It is 100% over. So right now he went from being kind of one of the weaker party members, because you have to remember, when we first got him, he didn't even have like a Mystic Art. Like when other characters got it from that one boss battle on top of Vortigern, he's like the only character that didn't get it. So like he's initially kind of hard to play with, but as he regains his personality, he gets more of the Break Soul abilities, which is good. Oh, these are respawned. Huh. Well, I mean, again, we're just making him tankier. Ooh, I don't know if I can avoid this encounter. Oh, I barely did. Well, that's good. So, I guess it's like half working, chat. We've reset these red herbs. A little shorter of a journey, but not too bad. Now, the real question is, did we reset the beach or not? Because when we pick these herbs at this point, chat, we basically hit the minimum number that have to be picked for things to respawn. So every time we pick up an herb going forward, we'll start respawning something somewhere else. If we're lucky, the place we just were, Haria, will continuously get more herbs. If we're lucky. Also, look at Little Boy's magic attack power. I think Magilu normally has the most. So I think he should have been hovering around 180 normally, chat, around this point. He's a 274. He's like several items ahead of every character. That's okay. Oh yeah, he's slowly ascending. I feel like around the time you get the second Mystic Art in a natural playthrough, I feel like that's when a lot of his melee moves have been unlocked, and a lot of his longer multi-hitting spells have been unlocked. I feel like that's when he starts to feel really good to play. But I would say of all the characters we collect, he is possibly one of the most level-dependent characters, where I just don't feel like it feels rewarding to play him early. Just like I feel Magilu and Aizen have similar issues while leveling, where characters like Rokuro, Velvet, and Eleanor are pretty solid as soon as you get them. Like, they could do their combos without any real hindrance. And when Eleanor gets her third Break Soul, she becomes arguably the only character more broken than Little Boy. And that's also why I like not using Eleanor until then, because once I get Eleanor, it's like, sorry, chat, you're only gonna see these two characters. Like, that's it. There are no other characters after that point. Aizen's nice and all, but it's too slow compared to how broken those other characters get. Hey, more art defense. You know what, Little Boy? We need you to survive, so this makes sense. Okay, so we have a skit involving the very ominous shrine. Let's get a little closer. Oh, I'm not triggering something. One moment.
Both the opening and the advent began here.
This is where the me before I was born died.
And it's where Lord Artorius sacrificed Velvet's brother. The former leader of the Exorcists and Melchior searched high and low for the resting place of Inominat, the nameless Empyrean. No wonder they never found it. Who'd have thought he'd be sealed away out here in the middle of nowhere?
And these patterns. They're similar to those I've seen in foreign temples, built during the era of darkness.
That's some good camouflage. I doubt Artorius realized the true purpose of this shrine until he witnessed Inominat's power firsthand.
maybe.
Hey, can we seal Innominat back in here?
No, we can't. I can't detect even a trace of the original seal's art.
Me neither. But I can tell you this is the Earth Pulse point.
Oh well.
If a cat's already out of the bag, it won't go back in. Believe me, I've tried.
Even if there was a way to seal him here again, I wouldn't do it. I want to settle things with Innominat my way.
That's kind of nice if you remember, you know, like, why can't we go back here? The game does give an explanation if you come back here. But it is missable. One important thing to note, that they did slip into the conversation, is that this place is an Earth Pulse point. So much later in the game, we'll actually be able to go somewhere unique. But right now we can't do anything about it. Let me think. Where should we teleport to? So there's nobody to talk to in a ball for obvious reasons. We'll go to Taliesin and then I think Stonebury. We're just gonna try to wrap up conversations with the town people. Again, we want to see how far the impact of the suppression happens to be. Then we'll continue with the plot. So we're not doing too bad pacing wise, I would say. We might see the volcano today. Devout Woman says 10 years ago or so, lots of people went from Eastgan to the capital to find their fortunes. Oh, don't start with the Gans. Oh, Devout Woman. We talked about the Gans. Please stop calling them Gans. These days, almost everyone lives where the Abbey tells them to. It's too bad, really. I'd like to have seen what life was like in the capital. Well, I don't think you want to go there now. Uh-oh, townsperson says, what's happening? I hear a voice in my head. Reason. 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 So it seems like people as far east as... I guess this is Eastgand? I don't really think about it. I guess they're also impacted here. Old Woman says, the time of tranquility has come. Empyrean Innominat's creation is manifest, mumble. Oh, talk to the... Oh, slightly different dialogue. The time of tranquility has come. The paradise of Shepherd Artorius is nigh. So it seems like even Eastgand's impacted. Yeah, I like it spreading like a slow infection. I really like how they handled the suppression, honestly. Reese is saying, I must be forgiving, I must remember doing the same thing. Again, I think that's based off our last skit with him. I forget, Chad. That might be our last confession. We might have seen all the confessions. Young Veterinarian says, it was a mistake to follow her lead when she said she wanted to be with me. Her parents were against us being together, and now she holds bitter feelings for them. These feelings are disturbing the group order. Oh no, Young Veterinarian, no! I don't think his dialogue changed at all, but let's go ahead and take a look at items. Hey, chat, we got a new item! Finally! We were just talking about that. Oh, this is the person that sells quartz. That's good to know. Hey, a Topaz amulet. Look at that, chat. We just got a random upgrade. That's like the best when you're just not when you have literally no expectations. It just surprises you sometimes. I mean, it costs us a lot of money, which is a bit unfortunate, but... I mean, I don't really want armor on this, but I'll take Earth Power 4%. And then we just unlock the Topaz Talisman, so we could get that later. So right now it's a little weaker than the thing that we're using now, but... I think overall for Rokuro, as I said before, I don't really care about his focus. Him getting that 10% art actually would be pretty good for later. Also, random elemental skills do 7% extra power is never a bad thing. Not too bad. I don't think there's anything else I'm really looking for, though. Yeah, we still don't have any new belts. I noticed we don't have a Topaz belt, so we need to get a casual drop from something later on. So is there anything else I could do while I'm here? Just, oh, one quick upgrade for Topaz. Yeah, I want to make sure Velvet has some damage against stunned enemies. Townsperson says, a ball was lost, but that can't be helped. If it had been saved, we would have been lost. That would go against reason. You mustn't go against reason. Mustn't go against reason. Mustn't... She's doing fine, chat. Listen, she's got her priorities down. Hello, customer. The individual must serve the many. Emotion must be quelled for the benefit of all. It must be. It must be. Oh dear, I think you've had too much to drink. Well, I don't think drink's gonna help him there. It says you must have a heavy burden. Forgive me, you want me to check requests, right? Teasing us with the Titania. We'll get that soon, though. Ooh, another odorless fluid. So unfortunately, it seems like we are not getting too lucky in terms of expeditions. I haven't seen too many item drops. So as we get further and further into the game, the items will just continuously get more expensive. We just took wine from her table. I'm pretty sure she was drinking that before we collected that. Praying for salvation is the vilest form of selfishness. We must all do what we can for the all, rather than spend time in vain prayer. Tranquil order and service towards the many is all the great Inominat desires of humanity. Ooh, she's a little spooky there. I guess it kind of makes sense that the people in taverns are impacted, because I guess you could say they have like a physical dependency and like a weaker willpower. So I guess that kind of makes sense for where it is. So I'm just making sure we talk to just about everybody. As I said before, we're just gathering more flavor of this area. We want to see the true impact of the suppression before we continue. Let's go in here. So eventually I want to go to Titania. I mean, I guess nothing stops me from going to Titania now. Hey, mister, let me on the Van Valvalvi. I'll give you 10 gold if you let me on board. Me too, me too. The name is kind of weak, but I've never seen a ship like her. Yeah, the name really sucks. Phew, at least the suppression hasn't gotten to the kids here. Not yet, anyway. Lovely seashell. The individual must serve the many. Emotion must be quelled for the benefit of all. Quell emotion. Quell emotion. You know what? I changed my mind. Let's stick to towns for now. Ooh, why is the music all ominous out here? Oh, I guess because it's on the same continent. That's right. Oh yeah, they're in Midgan. This place is doomed. Service toward the many. Service toward the many. Continue work. ×6. Service towards the many. Oh yeah, they're in Midgan, chat. I forgot about this. Yeah, they're kind of done. Continue work, chat. Hey, this area respawned. What a happy coincidence. I'll take extra damage, sure. Gotta give more power behind Loppy Tank. So there should be no more skits. We could pretty much continue if we wanted to with the plot. Let's continue to talk to these people, and we'll go to Titania first. The only blade that can spell calamity is forged from unshaking reason and iron will. The only blade. The only blade. Actually, you know what, chat? We were talking about Blast Gauge. Why don't I just pay money to refill the Blast Gauge? Let's actually use the game's inn for its intended purpose. I mean, we're right here. I don't really have an excuse to not do that and just make the other battle harder for no reason. Oh, the farmers are lined up. What do they have to say? There's no need for reflection. Entrust all to the Abbey. There is no need for reflection. Do what must be done. That is today's plan. Now begin work. Understood. Beginning work. Fluids are some of the worst things to pick up. Unless it's a odorless fluid, then it's amazing. More defense for the little boy. He's gonna hit that 200 defense so early, chat. Fantastic. You know what? I'm really not feeling those arcane bottles. We'll have to sell some of those. Oh no, Shinobu! Amusing oneself with cards goes against reason. We must serve the many. Suppress individuality. Serve the many. They got to Shinobu, chat. The purchase, sales, dismantling, enhancement of weaponry, and armory. And armor is my duty. So we picked up just like a few things from sales. Oh, it was actually more money than I thought, chat. Those rough gemstones we got from Logres will actually help us out quite a lot here. And again, generally speaking, anything that has that little icon to the left, like you see how that has like the little bag icon, those are always useless. I don't remember if I explicitly stated it prior to this point, but they don't do anything. You might as well just sell them. So we're gonna go ahead and purchase more items. As I said before, we're gonna need to disenchant at some point. So I'm gonna have to make a note to go ahead and do that. Oh, this is a new item. What is this? Deep Crimson Bracelet that instills destructive impulses in its wearer, and it's split between attack and magic. Interesting. Bibial Doll. That's kind of the nice thing, chat. Like, we haven't really been monster farming at all, but we're still able to get a lot of the items just by going back to towns. Yeah, we want to make sure to sell anything we have 30 of. So we're just going to cap out on that. Like, life bottles, I think we had somewhere in here. Like, 25 might be too much. Let's just sell those. I, at no point in the game, will ever need 25 life bottles. It helps me not go back to town as often, but, like, there is no encounter I can think of where I'm going to use 25 life bottles. But in any case... Oh, goodbye, celery. I forgot to sell food ingredients, but it is what it is. So I don't think there's anything else we could do here. So we went to a ball, Taliesin, Stonebury. We're already in Haria. We went to Yassault. We haven't been to the prison, or not the prison. We haven't been to the fortress, but that's not necessary. Let's go to Renede. I like that I touched the teleporter and then it still let me walk around for a brief second afterwards. I just want to see, did this area respawn? This is also not a bad one to get herbs from because all the herbs are in one screen. We might as well get the silver chest as well. Kind of like the consolation prize if there's no herb here. Yeah, I don't think the herbs respawned here, so I'm not going to bother looking elsewhere. We'll go back to town, though. I know, who else are we going to show... Like, how are we going to prove our dominance if we're not challenging children to children's card games and beating them as an adult? I mean, that's how the game is supposed to be played, chat. Card games are very serious business. Oh, oh no, the green herbs respawned here. Boo. Chat, this is what I was talking about. I didn't want this to happen. How unfortunate. The Lord Shepherd is working on a plan that will wipe out the demons in one fell swoop. If he succeeds, it will surely bring a close to the era of disaster. Indeed, let us grant him what strength we can, for he is the world's only hope. I mean, I'll take them because I've already seen them, but this is kind of the consolation prize, as it were. What do you have to say, man, standing here? Oh, the pioneer son, the one looking for a wife, I suppose, and also moving away. It's weird, like I feel something pressing down against my head. Same here. I must work for the many, for the many, for the many. Hey now, what's gotten into you? So we can't see the little boy. Presumably he goes in this door, and we can't visit him in his room. I see. You'll be away with him for a while, then. Yes, to see a doctor about his fevers. You've seen 20 or more already, right? Well, I hope this one is a good one. I do, too. Oh, actually, that explained what was happening there with Videl, whose name I just remembered at this very moment. Another attack +2. Oh, that would have been so good on Velvet, but listen, little boy needs it. It's gonna be so fun stopping the final dungeon with Little Boy, chat. I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna get so excited when we get that upgrade. Then you'll understand why Little Boy is getting all the upgrades. I mean, he's already pretty good at boss battles at the moment, but he could be even better. Oh, you're just kind of staring at the boxes there. How you doing, villager? Emotion is redundant. Entrust all to pure reason. Now, let us perform the day's labor and thanks to the protection of the Great Empyrean. Oh, that statement does not really ring true at all, chat. I'm gonna go back to the entrance to Renede. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody that was, like, right on the right side. I know we sweeped around the bottom, but was there nobody to talk to up here? Oh, there was. Okay, that's why I came back. The apothecary. A lot of folks are wandering around in a daze lately. Maybe some Salatomo will wake them up. I mean, it's possible. So let's see, we could go to Port Cadnix, which I think we've already explored. But it's possible some conversations have reset. Oh, they did reset. The only blade that can expel calamity is forged with unshaken reason and iron will. The only blade. Oh no. Despite the long distance, they're all chanting similar things. Tranquil order and service towards the many, the Great Empyrean's desire. The Great Empyrean's desire. Oh, this guy's normal. Let's see, any new items for sale? Nope, but we'll buy them anyway. There is actually a limit to the number of items you could purchase, chat, and I really don't remember what it is offhand, but I imagine we're getting sort of close to it. Like, we're not at it per se, but we're getting close, gradually speaking. It's like 1,000 or something. It's kind of hard to hit unless you just never disenchant. So we should be good for this session, but if I were to go like another 2 sessions without disenchanting, we would probably hit an item cap. Old man says, there's no need for reflection. Do what must be done. Oh, see, she hasn't reset, so only some of the conversations haven't reset. Okay, that's fair enough. I was down by the mines earlier. You never guess what I saw. People walking alone, mumbling to themselves. That sounds creepy. Ooh, they're going to the mines, chat. That's not a good sign. Hello, fisherman. What do you have to say? Vanity, obsession, pride. Humanity is rife with sin. Emotion is the root of the sin. It must be... Whoa, are you alright? You're muttering something that sounded pretty heavy. Huh? Was I saying something? Oh no. Spam bots have arrived, chat. They're trying to serve the needs of the many. Got all the coins out of the way. I know, how dare anybody else send people to the mines? That is definitely our job. I agree, Chris. So far nothing else is revealed. We'll be coming across some new encounters very, very soon. Let's see, is there anywhere else we could teleport to? So we went to Zexen already, but I'll stand here just to reset some things. We have to set sail to Helaviz explicitly. So I think this area is good. We could check the merchant, though, to see if he's reset. And he has. Again, they're not very expensive to purchase. We might as well buy them. Okay, so that area is out of the way. So I believe that's almost everywhere, because we can't go back to Beardsley or Helaviz yet. We have to set sail there. So, chat, I think we're almost done with all the cleanup. So we'll go to, what would have the quickest place to go? I guess I could go to the wharf. I have to remember which area is technically faster to go to the ship. It does save a little bit of time, but if you forget and pause about it, it doesn't really help. But I guess this journey isn't too bad. Some of the other ones require you to go to like 3 or more screens, which is like, I won't go to use Salt for the ship, for example. Let's see. Oh, I still can't go to Titania at this point in time. Oh, I was not aware of that. Well, chat, I guess because we have nothing else to do, and we've definitely visited all these docks, let's continue with the plot. Let's actually head towards the Scarlet Knight.
Oh, good. It seems you're both still here inside me, then.
It is not as though we desired these circumstances. We're only here because you ate us.
I'll make no apologies.
You wish to sacrifice us to the 4 elemental Empyreans, is that it?
Yes. I won't apologize for that, either.
It matters not. Your sins are nothing a mere apology could ever absolve.
I know.
At least you're aware of how selfish you are. Good for you, then.
Remember this well, Lord of Calamity. No matter how many times I am reborn, I will act the same.
As will I.
See, I also think that's kind of neat, because there's not many games where you kill the villain.
And I as well.
And you communicate with them in the afterlife.
Did you say something?
Just dreaming is all. But I know now how deep my sins run.
Velvet, there's something I've wanted to talk to you about. It's about the Therians. And about Laphicet.
Let me guess. The link between us and Innominat.
Yes. There's no way of knowing what will happen until we actually try, but...
You don't have to worry about me. I said it before. Best just to blame all the wickedness of the world on the Lord of Calamity.
Don't you try to shoulder all of this yourself! We exorcists are just as much at fault for letting things come to this. So let me ponder what to do about Kamoana and the rest, but you need to think about Laphicet. There, I've said my piece.
I don't know which of us is more stubborn. Still, I've got to face the truth. I've got to tell him.
Oh, good. This place hasn't been suppressed yet.
We're unloading. Give me a hand, will ya? Hey, you listening?
Sorry. Something just feels weird. Like there's something tugging at my thoughts.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of that lately. But pull yourself together. Yeesh!
Yet being the operative term here.
We'd better get a move on.
Benwick, don't leave Kamoana or Medissa's domain. Got it? The Therians are part of Innominat. They should be able to resist suppression to some extent.
Aye, aye. You watch yourself too, First Mate.
Mount Killerhouse is at the northern edge of Northgand. Bit of a trek.
It'd be nice if we could resupply along the way.
There's a town, Mercio, near the foot of the volcano. It faces the sea, but the currents lately have been too strong to approach it by water. However, the land route should still be clear.
The whole continent has been getting colder of late, not just Northgand.
Colder? Could it have something to do with Innominat? Or maybe it's because the elemental Empyreans are asleep.
Both sound possible. But think too hard about the cold, and it'll give you the shivers.
Yeah, but even so...
Whatever the case, our course remains the same. We'll head to Mercio and work from there.
Okay, so we have a handful of skits to see between here and Mercio, so we'll be taking a little bit of our time here, as I said before. We're not in a rush. Listen, the Empyreans can sleep a little longer. Another hour won't hurt, chat. Ooh, we used a bronze scrap and immediately got a bronze scrap back. That was convenient.
My son came home from the capital and said he'd take over the family fishing business. That was always my dream. But is it really best for the world? For him to waste his talents on such a primitive activity?
Dad, what are you saying? I thought we talked about this.
You should use your education to help the country and people all across the world. That is the way of reason.
That guy is acting really oddly.
Wait, we talked about this?
Yeah, you agreed that I should use my knowledge to advance fishing technology and stabilize the world's food supply. Remember?
Oh. Yes, that's right.
Shape up, Dad. What's the problem? Drinking too much?
Just a nightcap before bed.
If you need some rest, I'll take the boat out myself today.
That'd be the day. Like I'd put you in charge. You're not ready to take the boat out by yourself.
An ill-fated fisherman's fortune. His memories are muddied. But is it divine will that dulls his wits, or drink?
A sailor who can't handle his drink is just as shameful as one who gets seasick.
With the strong opinions on being drunk in public, Fisherman's Son says, "My studies at the capital taught me that old fishing techniques came from trial and observation." I guess not trial and error, I suppose. "With your traditional skills and my modern knowledge, we could start a revolution in the art of fishing. Nothing makes your dad prouder that you want to follow my footsteps. But that is a selfish emotion. It stands against reason." My head. Dad? Dad, are you alright? Well, I guess that answered that question. It's no longer ambiguous, chat. Experienced sailor says, I used to create profit for myself. I must atone for my sins. I must atone. Phew, maintenance on the ships and port is really taking shape. Yeah, it's funny, but the fire actually had the effect of bringing everyone in the town together. Although now we have the cold to deal with. If the ice drifts go any further south, all of our hard work will have been for nothing. There's only so much people can do. Past that, we can only hope and pray to the Great Empyrean. Well, I don't think they want to do that, actually. Again, we'll just kind of check out the insides. Make sure there's nobody here to speak to. We'll take the chest since it's right here. Another odorless fluid. Wow, that is really good for us, chat. We only need 2 more. We have a perfect set of 20. I mean, there will be items that I do actually want to take all the way to +10 that require the odorless fluid, so this is actually good news for us. Experienced Sailor says, a lot of folks are daydreaming these days. Snap out of it and get to work, people. Reason and order. Huh? What did I just say? If you don't get your head out of the clouds, I'll give you a gentle reminder. With my fists! Okay, Aizen. Not sure what these people are doing over here, but we can't chat with them. Oh, I think she was the global cooling character. Woman says, my daughter living in Logres had a baby. I'm off to see my new grandchild. Oh no, chat. Congratulations all around. But the Lord of Calamity is still out there, remember? Are you sure it's a good time to be traveling? That does worry me, but if the shepherd is in the capital, it has to be safe, right? Yeah, you're probably right. Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. What should I bring as the gift? Oh, I just can't wait. We won't even try to stop her. Don't even try, chat. We don't even try.
Daddy, we're having a long-armed crab hot pot party when you come home tonight.
As the world gets colder, the long-armed crab's habitat expands.
Do your best out there today.
If the crabs breed too quickly, it will affect the fish.
Hey, that guy is...
Daddy? You're acting weird.
Oh, sorry about that. My mind just wandered away from me there for a second.
If you do that on your boat, you'll fall into the sea.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be careful.
Good luck out there!
That boy's father, he was acting strangely.
The suppression is starting to affect people out here, too.
I mean, Kirk states that. I was always kind of curious about that. They don't ever state it outright. I mean, I'm assuming they will give it a purpose to continue life. I'm assuming. I was just kind of curious about things like, they won't have weddings or anything. I'm assuming they'll just meet up with partners and continue on, but I guess we'll see what reason they use, or we can imagine what reasons they might use. Fisherman says, well, I'm off to go fishing. Be careful not to space out. You might fall in. Understood. The failure of the individual harms the many. I will ensure I perform my tasks adequately. Dad, I just told you not to space out. Dad's not doing too well, chat. Hello, soldier. What do you have to say? I wonder what he wants, chat. Tranquil order. Tranquil order. Tranquil order. Tranquil order. Tranquil order. Tranquil order. I think he wants us to cause a little bit of chaos. Okay, peddler, what do you have to say? The strangest thing happened when I sent letters to some merchant friends in Midgan recently. When I got their replies, they'd all written the absolute bare minimum needed. Maybe it's just an elaborate joke, but I can't help but feel offended. That's no way to correspond, is it? It says, I'm fed up with the Abbey. They haven't even stopped the Lord of Calamity. Oh, that makes me mad too. If they can't kill him, how are good citizens like us supposed to sleep soundly at night? They're just useless. Checking our blast gauge real quick. So none of these herbs respond.
We opened our arms and welcomed that vagabond into our town. But despite our kindness, he robbed us, started fights, caused trouble. Then he stole a boat and escaped. But I was the one that let him go. I'm guilty too. We have to be strict with criminals.
Rogues always seem to drift into Hellevese, don't they?
Huh? Were we talking about something?
Wait, did you forget what you just said?
Yeah, I hope I didn't say anything strange.
We were talking about how nice of a guy you were.
Don't be so hard on yourself, okay?
Huh?
That character model, the name Young Believer, and the voice, none of those things match, chat. That was truly a work of magic right there. I mean, first of all, this guy... Oh, now he's Devout Man. Oh, his title changed. Why did that happen? Because I was gonna say, he's got gray hair. I'm gonna put the doubt on the word Young Believer. Devout Man says, nice guy, eh? Come to think of it, I think Dial called me that once too. Confirmation that he was indeed talking about Dial, chat. Let's take a look in the tavern. These seem to be mostly normal at the moment. Except for maybe the back table. They seem to be not moving too much. Hello, bartender. Gossip around town says I'm a spy for the Abbey. But all I do is tell them when folks go against reason. If that's wrong, then I guess the Abbey's wrong too. Uh-oh. Young townsperson says, watch yourself around the owner here. Anything you say will go straight to the Abbey's ears if you catch my drift. Oh, we were warned. Nothing of interest up here, unfortunately. We'll take the one cat soul. I mean, it's possible. I imagine the population would be reduced, Kirk. I would agree with that. I don't think they'll completely get wiped out, though. If things were allowed to continue. Velvet asks, how long will it take to get to Mercio? Mercio, huh? You'd have to go through the Faldi's ruins, then cross half a Guyberg ice field. Ooh, that's gonna be quite a trek, chat. It's not that far, but it's colder than cold, so pack with that in mind. If you don't have the right supplies, you'll be marching right into your own grave. Got it. Thanks for the advice. Oh, we can actually rest here and see a skit. Sure.
I see you're at it again.
Am I that predictable?
That stance. It's called nothingness, right? A clear state of mind and all that.
Does it look meditative or something? I wish it was, but really it's the exact opposite. It brings out all my negative thoughts. My hatred, my doubts, my ego, my anger. I take up my sword to cut myself free of such wrongful emotions. At least, that's what I used to think. But that's just not possible, is it? Not for anyone. Hell, even if I could let go of that part of myself, I'm not sure I'd want to.
Because if you let go of your desire to kill Shigure, you'd lose your purpose in life?
My spiteful thoughts, my wrongful feelings, my pride, my inner contradictions. All these are parts of who I am. Through practice, I learned to embrace who I am. The good and the bad, and become the swordsman only I can be. That's the only way I will achieve what cannot be done. Defeating Shigure.
And Shigure. He's already at peace with his inner self.
Exactly. And so are you.
You really think so?
I do. That's why I will never give up. Besides, I still need to repay my debt to you.
Well, I look forward to seeing the final results. That's for sure.
Translation for Velvet's last sentence. I want to see you kill. I want to see you kill them all. Anyway, we got that out of the way. Now, I think I did miss a couple skits just now, so we're going to go backwards slightly. I don't think I went into the Cathedral Chat. Let's make sure we do that before we advance. No, we did not. Hello there, priest. What do you have to say?
Come, sinner.
There's one more.
Wicked deeds.
Yes, Father. I am here.
No, I wasn't talking to you. Surely an exorcist has nothing to repent. Truly, the sinners are those people you're with, who come into this cathedral and say whatever they please.
No, Father. I've done a great many things that I regret. For instance, I once put blind, unquestioning faith in the Abbey's ideals of reason and justice. In making any decision, I used not my head, or my gut, or my heart, but instead relied on the Abbey's answers. I lorded my authority over those I thought to be below me, when I didn't even know the truth of how things actually worked.
What?
I was telling other people how to live their lives, when I needed to look at my own flaws instead.
but I won't repent for my past deeds. To seek forgiveness from the Empyreans would be to repeat those very same mistakes. I will follow my own judgment now, as I strive to make amends for the misdeeds and regrets of my past.
Please, Lady Exorcist, listen to my confession, for I have much to repent.
Huh? Father, why are you crying?
Eleanor has broken the priest, chat. He sniffs and says, I will try to be a better man. Good job, Eleanor. You broke someone. You did it.
Did you hear that Moloch they were doing experiments on finally broke?
Yeah. You mean the one where they were trying to combine multiple smaller Malachim into one giant Moloch? I always figured it was a waste of time.
Turns out it not only looked like a freak, but its shackled mind snapped, leaving the thing feral.
Oh? Guess they'll have to dispose of it.
Yeah. For now, they've moved it out to the Faldee's ruins. They're repurposing it as a test target for a new Moloch art in development.
At least we'll be able to get some valuable data out of it.
Using Malachim for their own ends. Is there no line they won't cross?
I hope you're not thinking of doing anything unnecessary.
Oh? Like what?
Like thinking about bringing mercy to a broken Moloch.
What I think is necessary and what actions I take are for me to decide.
Eisen!
That exorcist said they were using the Moloch to get data on a new Moloch art. If it were complete, they could use it against us. Stopping that wouldn't be a waste of our time, would it?
You think you know just what to say to me, don't you?
I'm just stating the truth.
Just so we're clear, we're not going to rescue it.
No argument here.
I like Eleanor's arc. Actually, I like Eleanor's confession. Not because it was like haha funny, but I feel like it points out a lot of like how her character has changed. Like Kirk is saying her confession is, yeah, my sins were basically an exorcist. But also I like that she's one of the few characters that goes up with no intention whatsoever of repenting, but not like in a sarcastic way. Like she's just very determined to just do the right thing. Whereas Velvet is just messing with him, and so is Magilu. Like just like a different approach towards it. Oh, we got a glittering shell or whatever it was called. So that's a little extra cash we just attained. Exorcist Praetor says, the experimental Moloch may be broken, but it's still stronger than a demon. To think they have such power. Sealing away their minds and tethering them really was for the good of humanity. Ooh. Rough. Hello, priest. I received a missive from the capital stating, the ceremony of suppression has begun, but I have no idea what it might mean. I'm afraid we haven't been told much of anything. They've only said that the Lord Shepherd would be taking command. Oh, they're not in the know, chat. How about these worshippers? Are they chanting to themselves yet? The time of tranquility has come. Empyrean and Omanat's creation is manifest. How did I talk to her and not the guy? What? Some of these chat boxes are like really weird, chat. I don't fully understand them. Like, do I have to like approach them from behind? What? How am I still talking to the woman? Oh, there we go, chat. Look where I had to stand for that. The time of tranquility has come. The paradise of Shepherd Artorius is nigh. Townsperson. The Lord of Calamity must be the one spreading demon blight. I can feel it in my bones. It must be a fact. Newlywed woman says, my husband left to find work and hasn't written me lately. Do you think he's forgotten about me? Oh no. Oh, was he actually in one of the other towns? Oh, I forgot to look for that, chat. We have talked to everybody. It's possible we did speak to him, and I didn't notice the title. Either way, that doesn't bode well. Ooh, they're letting us buy Mithral. Nice. I was just talking about how we needed Mithral items. We got Topaz Bracelet, which is not a bad item. We got Mithral Belt. That was the other item I was saying that we definitely didn't have. We also don't have Topaz for her. Hopefully between these two things we'll make up the difference. That was a very fortunate find, so we could finally move her on to something else. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't rate physical attack power, so this is actually kind of bad overall for us. So our Quartz Belt is still probably our best belt, but we'll switch to this for the time being. It's also a shame because it really nerfs her break soul damage, and she does do a lot of break soul damage. We're just doing a quick look. Like, see, we don't have any Topaz or Mithral for every character here. Yeah, I think Rorokoro was waiting for something new to use. So him having increased stun duration makes complete sense because all we do is fish for stun with Rorokoro. So we should probably make sure our Stun Master Supreme has it. Don't think there's anything else I can learn. Yeah, we didn't pick up any new items to my knowledge. Yeah, we haven't. So unfortunately, these mostly add physical attack power, which I don't really need if I'm playing Magilu. Like, I could play her as a spellcaster, okay. Not too many issues. That is kind of tempting to do with Mithral Bag +6, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I love that just because we're getting the 10% bonus, it's just like so much better than Mithral Bag. So unfair, chat. So unfortunately, because I did not disenchant these bags, I'm not able to improve Laphicet's item. That will be my sin and punishment, chat. I don't get to enjoy empowered Laphicet. Young woman says, Killer House, the biggest volcano in the world spewing fire over a great snowy plain. It must be an incredible sight. I hope I get to see it at least once in my lifetime. I wouldn't bank on it, kiddo. That volcano is all the way on the other side of the Guyberg ice field. The terrain is rough, not to mention the cold you'd have to deal with. Even getting to Mercia is tricky, and that's barely halfway there. It's possible, Kirk. It's possible.
Yeah, it's even colder here than last time.
You're right. It was merely freezing before. Now it goes straight to the bone.
Allow me to warm.
Not necessarily.
Oh, the sneezes are going around? Achoo! Oh, so cold. If it's this bad here, I dread to think of what the Guyberg ice field is like.
The tundra past Mount Killer House? Is it really that cold?
I've stayed up in the mountains many times for my training. With all the snow, I imagine it'd be pretty rough for a normal human.
Why are you sneezing all of a sudden? Demons aren't supposed to feel cold.
Nah, a snowflake just flew up my nose and...
Achoo!
You're sneezing too.
My hair was blowing around and tickled my nose.
But according to the old book I read, it isn't supposed to snow much around Guyberg.
Because of lava from the volcano and the Earth's natural heat. I bet the book calls it Guyberg Plains, too.
Yeah, it says Mount Killer House was highly active, and the area used to be famous for its hot springs.
But now it's... What?
Why are you all staring?
They're all expecting you to sneeze, I think.
Everyone else is doing it!
Now give us a good show.
Sorry everyone. No sneezes here. I'll practice for next time.
Good grief.
Poor Laphicet, chat. Let's check on the state of the herbs over here. Real quick, this is one that's not too far out of our way. Unfortunately, it's a green herb. As I said before, we don't really want those to respawn ever. Great, these didn't respawn. So I don't know where the other ones are, though. It's both good and bad news. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to go to Helavies before we do anything else. I don't think there's any skits here, according to my notes, but we'll still take a look at the items to see if they've updated or not. And again, we have to talk to the people, chat. Helavies merchant says, this village produces top quality wheat and yak wool. I hope we could trade together. I don't think the Abbey will allow that. Oh, right, yes. Hello, boy. I want to sail around and see the world someday. That's why I hope all the ships come back to Helavies. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen. Laphicet says, taking care of yaks looks like hard work. Yeah, it's not easy, but it has to be done. We don't think of them as just livestock. To us, they're family. You heard it, she kills family. Oh, these herbs respawned, what a shame. Art defense, little boy, get that upgrade. Dial's father says, I had a dream my full son came home, and he was human again, too. Turning into a crazy old coot. Ooh, what's in this chest? Aphrodite sash, okay, we'll take that for junking. Not gonna say no to free items. think we did the mini game for this place already, because this is the Geo board. I'm pretty sure we did this one already. I'm not going to redo it. Weapon dealer says it sell things that my father left behind, which... yeah, I guess we could purchase these. As I said before, like, we probably won't... oh! I'm out of equipment space. That's not good. Chat, I'm gonna have to do some emergency dismantling. I hit it much sooner than I thought. What is something that I can very... oh, there's a lot of amphibials. There's something I can actually use, though. One moment, chat. My apologies. We need item space. This is kind of not optional. I'd really prefer not to lose our endgame items. Oh. Let's go ahead and junk these items. So generally speaking, chat, if you want to get more powders, what I'm doing here is I'm paying money to upgrade them first, just so I could get more in return when I go to sell them. And if I mark the items I want to keep with the special icon, I can go ahead and make sure I don't sell them, because it won't allow me to. So if I'm trying to mass sell or mass disenchant, it's kind of useful to do. Now, we have so many ambers, chat, I'm going to take and use more of our coarse tempering powder to form the next upgrade. So you can see, like, this will give me standard powder. So I really don't want any more standard powder for the rest of the game, at least until we get into more serious crafting. I feel like this isn't too bad. Let's go ahead and dismantle all of her belts, since we just took care of that. It'll warn me with that little pop-up there that I've hit my limit on some items, but honestly, you could just ignore that for the most part. And again, if I don't have the +1 on them, they're not really worth selling. Now, I've capped out on bronze, but I'll do that for the coarse tempering powder, as I said before. Ooh, yeah, we have so many items. My apologies, chat. I should have done this between streams. Let's see. What else can I junk? Ooh, we have a lot of these. I'm also very low on quartz, so actually getting rid of these would help us out a lot. I think I'll take this item over this item. And again, if we could get more gold scrap, I think there are items we are interested in that give us this. Ooh, attack drop rate 50%. Oh, that would be fantastic if we could get it. Yeah, see, we're kind of low on Feldspar, which is used mostly in our rings. We haven't really been leveling those too much. And again, if I look like I have too many of a material, I'll just make +5s out of them. And it's better to do this with the cheaper materials like we are doing now. Ooh, I can actually get the fine tempering powder from that. So you can see, this actually adds a ridiculous amount of attack power. Actually, I think that's our strongest weapon so far. I might actually keep this. You know what, chat? I'm going to keep this, because this is a 211 attack. Honestly, that's so much better than almost everything else that we have. It's like, yeah, even our Quartz Dagger is not that good. So you see what I mean, though, chat? Like, it's very easy to get a high bonus with some of the lower end gear. So that +8 will actually unlock a lot of things for Rokuro. So we're actually going to keep those. We're going to make another +5 out of this. I'll keep one of these, I suppose. Yeah, I'll just keep that one as is. I notice we're getting low on the tempering powder again, which is a shame. As you can see, enhancements do cost a lot of money, so you have to be a little careful with how crazy you go with it. So we spent 1 gold scrap to get 2 back, but more importantly, we get that coarse tempering powder back. So let's just go ahead and just get all these items, chat. Look at this. Fantastic. You know what? We now get standard powder from that. We also get some of our amphibial back, which isn't too bad. So we still ended with more than we had before, which is good. Ooh, I want to make sure we don't... oh wait, these are just +8s. I don't care if I sell them. So not too bad. I also want to make sure we can get rid of some topaz, because we can actually use that on items we're using now. That's probably my highest priority, to make sure that we junk if we're not using it. So I'll get rid of these two. Because that could mean Lafayette gets another upgrade, chat. That's what that means. Well, we're going to make sure we lock in that particular item, though. Ooh, so I guess I can use silver scraps on this. I have to use this eventually anyway. Not a big deal. So you can see that we're getting a lot of amphibial and feldspar. But on the flip side, we're not really getting any topaz. So we're just kind of taking a look through our items real quick. So I could see some topaz we could sell here. Also, getting more quartz here would be fantastic. And actually, this item is better than the crustacean bonus, so I'm going to do this. Now, generally speaking, it'll cost a varying amount of money depending on what random skills it has. So the later you go into the game to disenchant to get a lot of materials, the more expensive it'll get. Because it'll remember that it should be... It'll remember that it should be giving us free skills. And because it costs more money per skill, and we get more advanced skills as we get further in the game, it could go anywhere from costing only like maybe 30 to 40,000 an item to get it to +9 to like 200,000 like the same item, just depending on its skills. It gets kind of crazy, honestly. I forgot to enchant this. Not a big deal though. So again, we're just cleaning out our items. Hopefully this won't take too much longer. Yeah, I want to make sure any spare quartz and topaz we get, we sell, because we haven't been finding a lot of those. And again, a lot of our characters are actually taking advantage of those, so that would be an immediate benefit to us. And this is also using the ability to lock items to kind of speed up the process, so you don't have to worry about accidentally selling your important items. It's also the plus side of doing this. So I think I think I'll sell this one. Oh, I could get an odorless fluid from... Oh no, I can pay for it. No, that's not what I want. So with this amount of feldspar, I might be able to improve one of our rings, because I feel like feldspar and amphibial both have like good rings associated with them, just for different types of characters, like one for magic, one for physical. But topaz is also pretty popular for that, so we'll see. And when all is said and done, I'm going to clean out all the weapons that are here. Yeah, these characters are basically ready to go. Oh, speaking of which, Laffy said I could get this bonus immediately. I'll think about it. I might wait until he gets another item, potentially. We'll see. I just want to make sure our next stack of items are not... Oh, actually, this one is much better than that one, so we'll sell that. I just want to make sure our next set of weapons have bonuses on them. This is probably good for now. I can dismantle what's over here, and we can continue onwards. I'll have another chance to disenchant later, so I just want to have enough items sold so that when we inevitably get into combat and or pick up things from chests, we're not just immediately losing out. So tons of feldspar, which is excellent for us. We got a little bit of silver back. And I think we cleaned up our weapons pretty well, so that's pretty good. One other thing I just want to double check is how much do we have of the rare materials? Ooh, not too much. I'll give a +1 just for Rokuro, but... Yeah, like, see all these Quartz Boots? I should probably get rid of some of these. Like, they add attack power, which is pretty good, actually. But we don't need this many, so hold on. Let's just quickly mark some that we might want to keep. Wind attack power +4, slowing capability. Oh, that is an Eisen item right there, chat. I think everything else we could just get rid of as is. Let's get rid of these Quartz Boots, and then I think we're good to go. Because as I said before, we were kind of lacking in quartz, and now I don't feel as bad for giving Lapis at this bonus, because we're about to get a ton of boots back. Or tons of quartz back, I mean. Look at that, chat. Remember that? We only had like 4 quartz before we started. We're at 36. Like, that's the power of just spending a little bit of time disenchanting. So I guess we'll remind the chat of what it's like. I don't think there's anything in here. I don't usually use the Topaz Boots, to be honest, so us not having a lot of these is not really a big deal. Like, I'll lock maybe this one, because it has equipment learning speed up, as well as this one, and maybe this one. The others can go away. Unfortunately, we didn't get too many Topaz Boots, mostly because I'm holding on to them. But we'll go ahead and clear all these other ones out later. It's not mandatory. Oh, nice. We enhanced her weapon slightly. That'll help for the boss. Might as well as improve that one since we're here. So all of our weapons are looking pretty solid. Ooh, Velvet got the +1. That's also important for us to get. I'm 1 Topaz fragment short, really? Alright, sorry, chat. We're gonna go ahead and fix this. Also, he did get the 10% art. I was gonna say, that was ridiculous if I didn't get it off of that. Let's go ahead and improve Loppy set, chat. Because, again, remember, every bit of art is multiplied by 10%, and that gives him more ability to use weaker items, potentially, to still get a better bonus. Eisen with more Break Soul power would definitely help us on any fight, and I think that's all I'm really interested in. I'll just slightly give them little boosts here and there, like nothing too crazy. Don't really care about most of those other items. Oh, these rings require Topaz, that's unfortunate. Well, we could get more Topaz in the future, at least we could see that much, chat, but what we should do is make sure our stun duration is down. So I'll improve Velvet a little bit as well, the same way. You know what, we got enough points. We might as well burn it a bit more. There we go, chat. Just a little more quality of life for the upcoming battles. But yeah, unfortunately, a lot of them require this. Okay, I think we're good. I'm not going to bother purchasing other items. Let's increase our attack by 2 in the meantime with Rosemary. You know what, I just want to make sure we're not missing any consumables while we're here. Okay, no more herbs. Good. So with that, chat, we are done messing around. If we talk to the Bloodwing agent, we should see new creatures that we can fight. So we can see that there is Broken Moloch Test Subject, which is a giant bison head. It's called Bison Headin'. So we can all roll our eyes at that naming schema, chat. Here is the worst enemy in the game to unlock Chaos Mode. We are not fighting this. We are not fighting this on Chaos Mode. Sorry, chat. We're going to break the rule. For this enemy specifically, we will not fight this enemy as intended. And finally, at Mount Killer House itself, we have the Deadly Mountain, which gives us the Juggernaut Glaciate, which provides the ability to trigger a random skill which grants the player invincibility for a set period of time at the start of battle on Chaos Mode or higher. Now, chat, when this unlocks, this is how you become a god, because you could start stacking like the 3-second, 5-second, 7-second immortality on every single item, including your weapons, chat. So potentially, if you're playing at a casual playthrough, you just briefly play something on Chaos just to get some of this gear, and suddenly you have like 20 seconds of immortality. That's a long time to do whatever you want, chat. Just keep that in mind. That is a long time. Yeah, Blood Spraying Crystal is a nasty, nasty, nasty enemy, and it has a horrible gimmick, and it should feel bad for its gimmick. Anyway, here's the Wanton Devil. Fortunately, this is the one we really, really, really want to get, but we can't go to it, unfortunately. Not yet, anyway. We'll have to backtrack for it. I just want to see this one. Produces the ability to trigger a random skill, which reduces the charge time when guarding on Chaos Mode or higher. Honestly, I don't think this ability is very good. I don't feel like I've ever felt like, oh, darn, I charged too slowly. Like, I felt like, oh, wow, I wish I had another Break Soul, or wow, I wish this didn't cost as much with SG, but almost never guard. Like, I start combat with it, might do it twice a combat. Like, this is something I don't really care about buffing. Yeah, its name is Bison Headin'. It's got basically a bull head. I guess technically it could be a bison head. I don't think there's anything in here. I just want to make sure. Okay, we got the Geotree. That's all I wanted to double check. So we are good to go, chat. Let's go ahead and make some progress. As I said before, I wasn't even sure if we'd reach the volcano today. That's fine. We're actually going to make some progress towards that, at least. Speaking of which... Oh, we have 7 more minutes for Expedition. That's a shame. So, ideally, we will not really get in any fights, because we should be at 5 blast gauge for every character. So, what we basically need to do is we have to go back to the boss room where Medusa is. We could we could technically not do the sub-event. Like, we don't have to fight the Bison Head-In, but we probably should. Even if I think its ability kind of sucks. Flamestone chips. Not worth our time, chat. Oh, whoa, hello, zombie. You spawned really late there. I almost ran into you. Alright, so if we want to, we could go straight ahead and leave. But I think the shortcut is to the right here. Let's go ahead and go to that boss room. There we go, and then we're gonna make a sharp left here rather than go through the center. This should be faster. So if you remember, chat, we unlocked the shortcut. Oh, let's just reset itself. Surprising. Quartz garment. You know what, chat? We needed more quartz. We'll take that. We will gladly take that. Speaking of which, we're almost at 3,300 cat souls. Wow, we made a big recovery, chat. Remember how low that got? I'm so happy we got more. Oh, we see the boss moving around up there. Sure. Let's see what Bison Head-In is weak against. Well, he actually moves pretty quick for a boss. Normally, they kind of linger around slowly.
Woo!
Undead, demi-human fiend. Resistant to everything except for wind. Chad, it's like the boss is begging to be Hurricane Thrust. Can we all agree? Like, this boss is like, just use Rokuro, dummy. like you could use Aizen here, I guess, but we're gonna be switching to Rokuro. Alright, let's see what it has. Oh no. Chad, it has Kaleidos Ray and Gravity Well. Things I really don't want to see on bosses. It also recovers 50% of the damage. I think it means that it takes versus you as the player takes. That grammar is kind of ambiguous. That grammar is very ambiguous, chat. I'm not sure which one it actually means.
This must be that experimental Moloch.
Why a cow's head? This is bull. Careful. It's on a rampage.
Time to put a stop to this.
Demi-human undead. I'm just thinking if I have all of those. Like, we definitely have undead. I'm just thinking about if we have demi-human. Oh, we have Orochi's Fury. I want to use this one eventually to show it off to chat, but this one is it's a very slow move. I like it for adding the hit count, but I don't like it as a move by itself. What was the other one? Demi-human? Smokescreen Assault. Okay. Undead, Fiend, Demi-human. So now I just have it to one button. Yeah. Oh, it blocked us. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap into Aizen, and then swap into Rokuro. That way I could get my 4th hit on the combo. I'm sorry, did it just like instant spellcast on me? That was very rude. We got the stun, chat. It might be over. Look at the damage we're about to do. Say goodbye to Bison Head-In, chat. Ooh, it's gonna take so much damage.
Joining chaos! Chaos bloom! Now, with a single breath, they appear! Here they come! There's no...
Look at that damage, chat.
No mercy! You thought I'd stop there? Annihilating?
Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try. Perfect mayhem!
Oh, it still has health? Wow, that impressed me. So close, chat. That's not what I meant to do. Let's get that Mystic Art kill, chat. This should definitely kill it. There we go.
Fly away, little birdie. Far away.
We wanted that grade, chat. I wanted to finish with that Mystic Art, okay? We wanted that little boost to grade. We're already there. We might as well do it. So now our capability versus different enemy types have improved, which is good because our stats are starting to catch up. Eleanor having extra defense never hurts, so she tends to die all the time. So that's not too bad.
So what? They were trying to make an enormous bovine Moloch? Was that the best the Abbey could think up?
As if robbing our free will wasn't enough. Now they're trying to reshape Malachim.
I'm so sorry, Eisen. What they did here was terrible.
I don't really care about the callous experimentation. If the Malachim participated by their own free will, then sure, that's their choice. But this one had its free will locked away, and was used and discarded like a mere tool. That's what I can never forgive. And the Abbey is treating countless Malachim the same way.
Sounds like this has gotten you all fired up. Maybe I'm glad we came here.
Oh, believe me, I've been fired up for a good long time. Ever since I decided how I want to live my life.
Okay, so just taking a look at our overall blast gauge. Rokuro builds meter like a madman, so I don't really care about him so much. But we have to make sure these other party members get some meter. And we're going to be encountering new enemies. So we'll do a couple of fights to build up the meter. And one of the bosses, it doesn't matter if we use Mystic Arts on. So I'm not too concerned about that specific boss. Okay, so I was just double checking. This herb did not respawn. This chest did, though. I guess I'll take it. Of course, tempering powder. Don't care about it. It's fine. I mean, I guess we have it now, Chad. It's fine. Let's go ahead and leave. I don't think there's anything else of interest here. Stupid Tails coins. One of the worst drops we could get. There we go, chat. We almost wombo comboed the boss. And keep in mind, chat, I think the only reason we honestly didn't kill the boss is because Velvet's only using a +2. Because keep in mind, every +1 on a weapon is 10% more damage against the stunned foe. So if she was using an Amber Blade with like 80% more, for example, like if she's using this nonsense and she actually had the attack power to back it up, she probably would have one-shot. Absolutely would have one-shot the other enemy. But unfortunately, we're not wearing many items that happen to benefit our attack power. So hopefully we can remedy that. So there's some new items she can learn from. But I think for the meantime, it would make more sense to try to give her something that improves her attack power. So let's give her the Quartz Boots. So that way her overall damage will scale higher. Because she's got a lot of multipliers, but she's missing her base damage. I could swap her and Velvet around without too much of an issue there. Just seeing I feel like a lot of characters just unlock new abilities, but I'm not seeing who has them. Topaz Boots +6 are done. So technically I want to take it the Mithral Boots, but I think from a magic stamp... Does that really not add that much? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something lower on the list. Yeah, I was thinking the Amphibial Boots. Do I trade Focus or Magic? I don't think that's enough of an improvement for me. We're gonna move on from the Legolas Ring, which really is pretty useless on Rokuro. It doesn't... Like, if I'm playing him, I'm just gonna counter spells or dodge them. At this point in the game, I feel pretty confident that I could deal with most of those spells. So whatever, we'll tank his defense. Doesn't really matter. We'll swap him and Luffy set around. Now when it comes to this, I really don't need his focus that high. I'll probably switch him over to the Misfortune Ward unless something adds more than 365. Nope. So we'll switch him to this, because again, I use him mostly for physical. Unfortunately, he's using these really weak pairs of... Oh, that's also true. He was using these very weak pairs of daggers when he could have been using something like this, chat, which would have been fantastic damage-wise. So the fact that we still almost one-shot him is kind of surprising, actually, given all that information. Our damage is silly sometimes, chat. I guess that's what we learned. Like, we were not even anywhere close to being optimal for that fight. We still always got the wombo combo. I think if I didn't have to swap... If I didn't accidentally swap into Eisen, I feel like he would have also done his level 2 versus his level 1, and that too might have also been enough damage. Because we only missed it by like 8,000. And keep in mind, the more hits you do in your combo leading into characters like Velvet and Rokuro, the more damage they deal. Because their power is based off of number of hits in a combo. I also made the mistake of doing Velvet, not last. So between all those things, we probably still could have one-shot it.
It's only a bit further to the town of Mercio.
And once we're past Mercio, we'll find our destiny on Mount Killaros.
I know it's supposed to be cold here, but I didn't think it would be this cold.
Reviving the elemental Empyreans is bound to alter this weather.
I'm not sure how much warmer it'll get in the time we'll still be alive.
Keep moving. The cold and the climb don't matter. We have to move forward. We can't stop until the elemental Empyreans have been revived.
Fair enough. Well, we have a couple enemies we can fight. Now, these enemies are a little tougher. I feel like the game does scale a bit more in difficulty at this point in time. So the actual encounters we start seeing from here on out have a decent chance of killing us, like in a casual encounter. So that's kind of a nice feeling, the challenge is coming back. In particular, the bonus dungeon, but that's for a different day, I suppose. I like that boat frozen in the lake. That's a really nice touch. We'll fight the boar for now, though. Now, these things are resistant to water, which is okay. I forget which one is my Beast Fang. Is it the... Oh, I don't have it set. Oh. Oh, no, Searing Edge is there. Never mind. The Searing Edge would help us out a lot here. There we go. Now, what is the Executioner weak against? I think we already have Aquamarine Waistcoat, so I'm not too crazy about the item it gives. Also, chat, you might notice the theme of Fiend, Armored, and usually one other thing. This one happens to be Snake for some reason. Its weakness is Wind, so if you've been practicing a lot of Rokuro, I feel like around this point in time, it will pay off. I see some Hyper Velocity Boots. I forget if those are good offhand or not. So unfortunately, a lot of Velvet's basic combos will not do a lot of damage. So we'll have to mix up our combos a bit more. Ooh, that damage, chat. Goodbye, enemy. Again, we're just gonna make sure everybody's getting some meter.
Hey, is everyone alright?
I went to use him and the fight immediately ended. That was disappointing. We've already fought him, so we can fight the armadillos as well as the wolf.
I don't think we have a chance!
Wide open! Die or be killed! No escape! Go wide open! No escape!
Oh, Rokuro already maxed meter, that's right. Of course Rokuro maxed meter. Weakness is earth, resistance water. I mean, Rokuro has some ability to deal with that. Worm 2's not bad against these enemies. Okay, back to Velvet to regain some meter. So we're doing excellent on meter, and we got to show off all the enemies. This is a really good sign, chat. Now, those enemies are really deadly on the higher difficulties, because that spin attack will potentially do like 2,000 to 3,000 damage. And possibly up to like 700 in chip, just because it has so many individual hits. It's actually pretty dangerous.
Hey, is everyone alright?
I saw them literally tag swap Velvet at the last possible second of combat, and that made me really sad, because it just destroyed Velvet's meter. We learned Fairy Circle, which, again, in other games, that would be a pretty good art, but we're playing Chaos mode, and healing moves are useless. Also, I mean, like, really? 80 Soul Gauge? Is that almost as much as Revive? It's more than Revive. That... I have no words. Good luck mastering that skill if you play that on your own, by the way, chat. If you're really obsessed and with the 5-star usage of that, that thing casts so slow. My only recommendation is you just find... I would say maybe like you go to a tournament, put it on simple, and disable every move except for healing. Just in case they somehow kill them with spells. You're not doomed. Red Verbana, get more defense on the way. Good. Little boy has peaked at over 200 defense, which is fantastic. I can see the Geotree there, but I think we're gonna get sucked into a cutscene before I could go there. Now, you might have noticed we didn't come across the Code Red encounter. There's actually another area that's technically part of this location, but we have to go through the town to get to it. And by going into the town, we're going to be in a lot of cutscenes. So I'm going to see if we could skip talking to him right away. Oh, we can. Nice. So if you're wondering what a mini-game is doing all the way out here, it's ice fishing, chat. And I'm going to let you know, the fishing minigame is terrible. Here's a reminder in case you missed the fishing minigame. That was the fishing minigame. No, we're not going to continue fishing. I will spare you the majority of that. Just imagine doing that like 80 to 90 times per location, chat, if you're unlucky. I would say more accurately, you'd probably do it in like 30 or less, unless you just save reset constantly. But seriously, it is very obnoxious. There's no way to speed it up, to my knowledge. You just have to sit there and take that. Mithral waistcoat. Oh, interesting item. I don't think we have one of those. Yeah, this is new. Ooh, maximum health plus 50, but more importantly, chat, for a defensive item adding 10% health, that's actually huge. And it adds focus. That's much better than just the standard defense ups. I'll take that over, like, what we're using here, for sure. I'll leave it there for whoever maxes their armor first, though. Very good. I don't think we fought the spirit. I think I actually ignored it in the previous area. Let's make sure we fight some of these. So we could get more misfortune wards, which are things that we use. I like that it has an attack called To Heaven, chat. Just something about that. It amuses me.
Be extremely wary.
I went to Searing Edge to hit that enemy, and it was too far away. And we're just kind of having our way with the monsters. I don't think they can really stop us. Now, because we're in North Can, we've already seen the monster here. So, because it carried over the new game file, it will always be the legendary Lindworm, which I don't really want to fight at the moment, but it gives the most grade, I would say, of most of the options that we have. Oh, it actually didn't die from that. Plot twist. Goodbye.
Not bad.
You too.
Oh, look at that. Not bad, you too. There's some friendliness going on, chat. Look at that improvement of characterization. Okay, chat, we're gonna be in this town for quite a while. So we'll go ahead and get the town started, but I think the actual volcano stuff will have to wait.
This is ridiculous.
Is this Mercio?
3 days on watch with no sleep? I was 10 freaking minutes late. It's not like the mine is gonna fall apart.
Hey,
Sure, whatever. If you got business here, go on in.
Yeah, we'll do that.
They'll pay for this.
We have an angry gatekeeper, which seems like a good way to start trouble in general. I don't think you really want to make the security mad. Gate guard says, "Cursed townsfolk, you'll pay for this, I swear." Well, that's not a good thing to state. Also, when you first come in this town, I feel bad if you were low on supplies and you just wanted to go straight to an inn.
Lived up here on the northern edge of the world.
This town was built around the mining of flamestone, which can only be found here on Mount Killerhouse.
So if anything happens to the volcano, this town's screwed.
So releasing the two souls here will surely destroy the town. Inhuman, aren't I? Curse me all you want.
I have no right to. The Abbey has proven itself just as heartless.
People living here must have the will to endure the cold, to fight back against this pitiless environment. I'd rather have that strength than feel nothing in the face of my troubles and pain.
Agreed. A life without feeling is a box of stupid.
Yes, a vast container of stupid.
Right. The question is, Can we wake up all 4 elemental Empyreans with the souls Velvet has absorbed? If Inominat's revival and the Empyrean slumber are related, we should assume we need all 4 Empyreans to stop him.
I think I'll only be able to wake 2. There are only 2 souls left inside of me. Teresa's and Oscar's.
Are you sure?
Yes. I can tell.
I don't know if 2 Empyreans will be enough to fight him.
This is my responsibility. I offer my own soul.
Well, if we don't have enough, let's knock on Shigure's door. His soul would make a fine sacrifice.
Old man Melchior, too. His heart's as cold as a witch's teat, but he's free of malevolence.
You're truly ready to take on 2 legates at once?
I was born ready. It's not like they'll sit back and ignore us anyway.
And with Artorias and Inominat all tied up with their suppression party, this is the perfect chance to take them out.
Acting with caution is a box of stupid, I take it?
Now you're catching on.
All right. Leave it to me.
So I'm all stoked for the god waking, but what's the plan?
The road to the volcano is on the other side of town. Let's start by taking a quick look around.
Spoilers, we're not leaving the first section of town right away. First of all, besides the side story stuff, the main plot will trigger a boss fight. So we are looking pretty good for the boss fight, at least. I'm a little sad Relcorilla does not have 5 meter. This is also the point in the game where if everybody had 6, I would be able to combo loop so much better against bosses. Like, how close is she to this? Like, if she just had like a +6, for example, would that be enough? No. What a shame, chat.
Have you heard the rumors about the Lord of Calamity?
No. What rumors?
That deadly demon whose rampage began in Helaves. The Abbey finally got her. I heard that she bites anyone who meets her gaze, that she devours humans as a snack, and that she has the head of a wolf. I was terrified of what might happen if she showed up here. Now, I can finally rest easy, knowing that she's gone.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to get bitten, that's for sure.
I know. I'm so relieved. I don't want a demon to kill me.
Definitely not. In fact, if you ever meet one, you should run. Fast.
And says, if I ever ran across a demon, I'd drop everything and run for my life. What's the point of dying? The world's seen better days. There's still plenty of good stuff in it. If only he knew, Chad. If only he knew. Now, these are really easily missed, so if you go straight to the plot point, these side events will not be here, by the way. So this is another really mean way of teasing you. Person sighs. The ice has finally blocked the port completely. Hey, do you think this sudden cold could be a curse from Musef? We used to revere Mount Kiloras as the body of the Flame Empyrean Musef. Nothing like this happened back then. I'll hear no more of such talk. Are you trying to attract the Abbey's attention? Of course not, but our town is...
Mershio has been getting colder every year. We used to have a spring and summer, short though they were.
Now we're the town of eternal winter. It sounds like a tough place to live.
Still, Flamestone is used for more than just heating. People all over the world need it, you know? That's why no matter how tough it gets, we keep on with our lives here, while holding pride in our work.
No matter how cold it gets, this place is our home. The warmth inside our hearts can keep the chill away.
This town really is warm then, in body and soul.
Oh, I like the way you talk.
Make sure to take a dip in our hot spring before you leave. Oh, here's a tip. The water is scalding hot, so put some snow in to lower the temperature. Snow in the tub, got it?
Moo, chat, moo. Ratio townsperson says, this hot spring is great for your skin. Bathing in it will make it soft and smooth, so I recommend it to all the young ladies. Townswoman says, the hot springs at Mershio are really nice, but I've heard of better. There's supposed to be a bathhouse so relaxing that it makes you forget everything. Oh my gosh, that is a reference to something we see much later into the game. I didn't realize anybody even made a reference to that. Assuming such a place really exists, I'd like to visit it. I completely forgot they made a reference to that in this area. I was thinking they were talking about how the hot springs used to be better in previous conversations, hinted to something we don't see for many hours from now, but not have thought she would have brought it up. The Tame Neptune Satchel allows the bearer to pretend to put up with almost anything. Pretend to put up with almost anything. And what does this do? It is a double armor satchel. Wow, this is garbage. Chat, I don't want to equip to learn this skill. Do I even have anything that causes slow? Like, one moment. Chat, I'm gonna boycott learning that skill because Laphicet literally does not have a single skill that uses slow. I'm gonna boycott that. That item is terrible. It would half our attack power.
Serene place.
You sure it isn't just the snow?
But doesn't it look pure and beautiful?
Well, I think it's pretty too.
But that doesn't guarantee the citizens will be.
Not you too, Eisen.
Well, they're kind enough to let a shirker stand out in the cold for 3 days.
He might have been up to no good. Every town has sunny spots and shadows.
I'm well aware of that, but...
This discussion isn't leading anywhere. We'll know once we go see for ourselves. Just think of it like your old job. Investigate and find the truth.
Yes, I believe I shall.
Okay, so we have one more skit to view. We'll talk to this guy first. Here for your reward. Trust you folks to deliver. You're an inspiration to us all. Get our 1100 for the Broken Moloch test subject. Well, eventually we'll need to go to the north, but there's no point to going there now, because I already know what's there, and it's for a side quest that hasn't unlocked yet. We'll talk to these people before we go through the center of town. Hi there. Bet you all grew up in places where you didn't get much snow. It's easy to tell from the way you walk.
The gatekeeper, he wasn't mean to you, was he?
He was pretty angry about being forced to watch the gate, but he let us pass through no problem.
I know that being forced to be on watch for 3 days straight is excessively harsh, but still. He wandered here from another town one day. He barely ever does any work, and has a habit of pilfering things. He skipped out on his duties in the Flamestone mines, and while we were busy working, he was sneaking into our empty houses to steal things.
So that's why you made him stand at the edge of the village.
Yeah. We're bringing him food, of course. We told him that if he doesn't like it, he can leave.
Still, is he actually accomplishing anything out there?
He may be bold enough to rob us, but he's a real coward. If a demon showed up, he'd shut the gates and come running. He doesn't have anywhere else to go, so we're hoping that eventually he'll realize the error of his ways.
If you keep forcing him to stand out there in the cold, he might find another place to go. The afterlife.
So they have a little bit of a backstory for the gatekeeper. Loyally says the punishments here are harsh, but that's for the best since this is a harsh place to live. If we don't put our all into helping each other out, we won't survive. I want everyone to understand that. Everyone is ready to lend a hand. That's the Mercio way of life, and I'm proud of it. So they're saying basically the port has frozen over, so we're seeing a result of global cooling. I think they mentioned earlier in the game. Boy said, look, we made a snow hut all by ourselves. It's pretty great, right? We're gonna eat in it later. We'll see about that. Townsperson says, have you seen the lights like the ones in this town? They run on gas from the hot springs. You can even move thanks to the power of steam. They stop things freezing and get rid of snow for us. Steam power, what an invention, Olaf said. Isn't it though? Human innovation is something else. Well, we'll take this chest since we're here, chat. Oh, we got a drop bottle. Doubles the amount of gold dropped by enemies in the current battle. Using it multiple times will not increase the effect. Sorry, chat. If you remember that gold exploit from Zestiria, they're like, oops, we shouldn't let that happen. And they don't let you do it in this game. So it's more noticeably useless. I mean, like, you can kind of use it in certain tournaments to double your gold, but the reward for doing so is just very low. So in any case, chat, we're going to add additional focus to Laphicet. I was just thinking about something. Technically, what I want to do by the end of the game is to... I actually don't want to have this many items on me, but it's fine. You'll see what I mean later, but I should probably use the elixirs more often while I could still enjoy them. Because my intent is to show off every mystic art. And to show off one of the mystic arts, I'm going to have to sacrifice a lot of items in a very pointless manner. Either that or I just save reset. I don't know. I haven't decided. You know what? We'll just lose all of our items. I don't really care. Young woman says, I never imagined it would get this cold. I don't know how much longer we can live in Mercio. Well, we're all aware of that, painfully even. But abandoning our homes... So I have a future reminder, chat. I need to also sell our recovery items at some point. But not right now. We have a bit of time before that. Easily like three or so more sessions. So I'm gonna touch the save point, but chat... It's gonna break the cardinal rule that I really don't appreciate when we're in games like this, which is you will get attacked while you're in a town. In a town that is actually peaceful and not at war. Because if it's at war, I understand. But when it's like this, it makes me a little mad. Velvet says, Mount Kiloras is this way, right? That it is. It's through the cave at the end of town. Cave at the end of town. Got it. Thanks. You head up through the cave's passages. You'll come to the northernmost sanctuary in Midgand. By the way, since you've come all this way, hope you've prayed to Anomanat to stop the demon blight in the cold. Oh, yes, of course. I don't think we're going to do that, chat. Yeah, the only item that's kind of hard to get back are probably the drop bottles and the elixirs. Everything else is pretty much, like, I don't really care, to be honest. Townsperson says, you can see the aurora at night here. It's a beautiful sight, and you can always see new shapes and colors. I've been watching it since I was a baby, and I never get tired of it. Be sure to see it for yourselves. Then you'll understand why a place like this is worth saving. Oh, we can actually sneak into the inn at this point? Oh, okay. I thought that would trigger the cutscene. So I guess you can rest here in case you don't have Blast Gauge. But I don't think you would normally think to do so at this point in time. Peddler says, I wanted to go to Mount Kiloras, but it was just so cold once I got on the ice field. As soon as I set foot outside the cave at the end of town, I knew I had to turn back. You made the right choice. One moment of carelessness means death out there. So we'll explore back here. Oh, there is somebody to talk back here. Nights under the aurora are so romantic. I'm afraid I'll burn up. Oh, you might burn up in a bit. That's fine. We're gonna go ahead and just casually leave the inn. I don't think there's anybody else to talk to. No. Oh, we could talk to the merchant that's here. Guess that would be good for us. Yeah, like Kirk, look at how expensive the elixirs are. To get 8 of them, I would need 3 million. It's kind of unfortunate, really, to be honest. But hey, we have brand new weapons. That could be fun. Wow, a whole bunch of brand new weapons. Goodbye, our cash. Chat, salute our cash total. It is being sacrificed to the item gods right now. Rest it. Oh, Pegasus wings. Oh, chat, we got so lucky. This item is so good on the female characters. Look at this, chat. 15% more blast gauge gain from Break Soul. Amazing master skill. And its enhancement bonus, chat. +2 to maximum blast gauge. Fantastic item when you're just starting out. It's so good. Oh, I'm so happy. Man, we're almost out of cash again, and that is a shame. I might have to check in on this throughout the week to slowly accrue cash without really leaving town. Because we desperately need more cash. So we could finally get new items here, it seems. So I could wear this. But I'll leave it for now. Quartz Boots. I think I really want Velvet to pick up the Pegasus wings. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. I lose a little bit of attack power, but man, that 15% Break Soul, what a fantastic item, chat. So we're using the Mithral Spear right now, so I could use this and this would dump her attack power. Don't really need it for this boss. I think I'm okay with this. This is the boss I'm not really concerned about, to be honest. So us using suboptimal gear here doesn't really matter to me. There's a later boss, however, I want to make sure we're only using our best gear, because I don't want to mess around in that fight. But this is not that boss. So no new bags, a bit unfortunate. We got 2 new items. So right now we're using something that just increases our drop rate, which is pretty good. So unfortunately, switching items will reduce the damage he does against stunned foes. But consequently, we can also make his magic attack power go through the roof. And honestly, this is not a bad one. Attack power at 10% is much better than what we were using just for pure attack power, honestly. Like, this item will be fantastic if we could get it to give the bonus. Oh, and it also came with 6% chance not to lose souls. Perfect. Let's see if we could quickly level up Lapiset's weapon, because that's actually kind of an important item. Oh, we got it in one try, chat. Oh, we were blessed by the RNG gods. Look at Laffy's stats when you compare just the two of these. Like, fantastic. We have a fantastic amount of magic damage. Like, oh. I'm gonna take that 10% attack. That's important. Plus, we could get a master skill for permanent stats. So far, no new weapons for these characters. Oh, Scorching Blades, you're terrible. But I do kind of want the burn. So we unlocked newer items here. Technically, we could nerf ourselves and remove Finger of God, but because we're still learning from that same ability, we don't have to do anything for now. If there's anything else we really unlocked. Like, we didn't get any new rings. It was mostly just boots. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think we're good to go. So with that out of the way, chat, let's go ahead and go to the boss. So I'm really happy we got Pegasus Wings, because honestly, when we're doing very limited encounters, it's really not guaranteed we'll get it. So I'm happy that we did receive it. So that makes life so much better. Just imagine, chat, when Velvet has like 9 blast gauge, how dumb the combos are gonna get. Like, if I managed to... Oh, that's what I should have done. I forgot to level it. Sorry, before we do the boss battle, let's see if we can fish out that enhancement, because if we get it, it's kind of over. Like, she could just combo forever. Just keep... Oh, we only have 1 gold scrap. Let's see, chat. I don't think the gods will appreciate this. No, I didn't give it to us. What a shame. There's something I could dismantle for gold real quick, just to see. Anything for gold? Do we have anything? Oh, we have a lot of military hikes. Like one of these I probably don't need. Forget, do I need another one? I need 1 more. We're gonna dismantle 1 more pair of shoes, chat. I just want to see if we can get it without like going way out of our way for it. Because these, the hover boots are really terrible. I don't really care if we lose all of them, to be honest. Oh, we didn't get it, chat. What an absolute shame we did not get it, because that would have been so useful to have, but we tried. Time to move on, chat.
Demons! There are demons in town! Ah!
Everyone, run away!
Damn it! What happened to the gate watch?
He's the one who turned into a demon!
Now's your chance. Run!
Sorry, but you're going to help me.
So we see another familiar executioner. I guess he's technically not a boss fight, I guess. I thought he was a special version of the executioner. Oh well, simple fight. Either way, I wasn't really concerned about this fight. Oh, I was slightly out of range for Twin Whip. I should have walked forward.
No mercy! Wounds that won't heal. Caught in the flesh.
You know what, Chad? We might as well as. Oh, he's already dead. We'll let little boy get the experience, Chad. Actually, I lied. Let's just keep going. This counts as our mystic art usage. I want those mystic arts, Chad.
Killing flash! Behold the arts of my ancestors! Ungit style! Aaron! Ready to die?
There we go.
This is just the first step!
I like that his silhouette has the pirate hat. I think we can all agree. It was not necessary, but amusing.
Thank you so much. How can we ever repay you?
I have a message for the Abbey's legates. On the next Scarlet Night, I will offer a sacrifice to Mount Killerhouse and strip Inominat of his power. I dare them to try and stop me!
She just ate the demon with her arm. She's...
I am corruption made flesh! Velvet, the Lord of Calamity!
This city is ours. Flee to the south, puny humans, while your tears dump the snow!
Calamity! The demon lord of
Hurry,
chaos!
before our dark mistress sucks the marrow from your very bones!
She'll eat us all! Run for it!
That was splendid. We should do this more often.
It went well, except
Ow! What was that for?
there will be no sucking of marrow. My sister taught me proper table manners.
Oh, what a waste. The marrow's the tastiest part.
It kinda is.
At least now the citizens of Mercio won't be swept up in our fight.
They already are. We just tore their homes and livelihoods away. This wasn't for them. This was to summon the legates here. That's all.
Even so, I thank you for what you've done, O fearsome Lord of Calamity.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that, O exalted praetor of the Abbey.
A whole crowd of people were fleeing south. What happened?
Benwick, why are you here?
I had a delivery for the first mate. Kurogane and Kamoana are here too.
You brought Kamoana?
She absolutely insisted on following me. Poor kid said she had a dream that you died, Eleanor.
Kamoana.
How long do we have until Shigure and the others get here?
Given the distance, my guess is they won't show up until the Scarlet Night.
Then I think I'll make use of that time. Kurogane wanted me for something, I take it?
Aye, that's what he said.
All right then. Everyone go rest up.
Good idea. We've got a battle to prepare for.
This may be the last breather we get. As always, better make sure you leave no regrets.
Fee, anything could happen. Don't leave town.
Can I stay with you, Velvet?
I don't mind, but you sure?
Yeah.
Do what you like then.
So again, that was just a normal fight, so we didn't really get too much from it. But we have easy access to an inn. Not a big deal. Now, Expedition returned, which is good for us. Unfortunately, we received no money. So our goal is to basically clean up everything in the town, and the moment we have access to actually leave the town, I think we will probably pause the stream session. So we actually have quite a lot of plot to get through, because this is supposed to be like one of the final areas of the game. So they're gonna have a lot of introspection. So prepare yourselves mentally for that, chat. So I'm just taking a look at the notes. So I can't get any side stories quite yet, which is fine. Magalu says, everyone's scattered across town. There's no cohesion at all in this bunch. Medusa says, I only came here because I'm worried about Kamoana. For Therian, nowhere is safe. But if I'm at her side, that might help a little. So now the merchant has been replaced by the pirate, which is kind of nice. I like that he says, the Ifrit Crew Emporium is here. We've got a lot of great goods we found. I love that. That's a nice touch. Unfortunately, because he counts as the other shopkeeper, it looks like it doesn't reset our items. Wow, we get like no money back on elixirs. What a highway robbery. Wait, we only get 1,000 back, but it costs 400,000 to purchase? What is this like buy to sell ratio, chat? That's actually madness. Why do we accept this? No wonder why we don't sell the many items in this game. I forgot how dumb that price ratio was. Chat, that's not even 1%. Like, that's just sad. It's just sad how much we get robbed. Bloodwing Man says, the Bloodwings will make great use of this place. Always dream of running an inn with a hot spring. How do you feel about that, chat? Is that some of the worst buy-sell ratios you've seen in a game? For me, that's pretty bad. So it's like 1/4 of 1%, roughly. It's certainly a special ratio, chat. So it wants us to go to the west. I want to hold off on that because these conversations will reset, because time will pass. Because as you might imagine, we're slowly coming into the Scarlet Night. So now we can see the lights that were mentioned earlier by the other townspeople. So that's kind of a nice touch. Steady Pirate says, it's been a long time since I last saw the Aurora. Last time I saw it, our ship was hemmed in by ice and we almost died. There's nothing positive to say. If you try to leave town, Chad, of course you can. We're in a special period of time. We can't leave town for a while. How should we pass the time? Good question. Maybe we should go check up on everyone. Oh, game. Oh, there's Grimoire. Also, about to call him Griffin. Grimoire says, Melchior volunteered to be the Savior Shadow. Who could say what he might do? If you're gonna fight him, Magilu may be the key. She knows him better than anyone, after all. Let's talk to this gentleman as well. We're checking to see if there's anyone still around. If anyone turns up, we'll take care of sending them to Helives. Oh, that's odd. I thought you were plundering. Shows what you know. We're pirates, aka robbers of the high seas. If we were plundering on lands, that'd make us brigands. That's oddly specific of you. Well, we're odd people. If you only just noticed. Ooh, technicalities, chat. Everybody's favorite. Pirate says, Rokuro and Kuragane went up the stairs toward the sanctuary. They said they had something to do there. Oh my gosh. Chat, how could I forget this cutscene? Oh gosh, chat, this is one of the dumbest cutscenes. I love it. We will definitely watch that cutscene before we end the session. I can't cliffhanger you on that. It's too stupid to not show. The pirate says, all these animals left behind, poor little guys. Not that I'm one to talk. I think that's about it. I don't think there's anybody else to talk to. We could go ahead and proceed further into the town, because we weren't given a chance to do so. Oh, Bienfu's everybody's favorite character. It says, I'm on a secret mission. Oh, I think he's playing hide and seek. Dial says, yeesh, dogs and kids keep playing no matter how cold it gets. That's confirmation they are playing a game. Eleanor is crouched down. Perhaps she's the one who must seek in the game of hide and seek.
99, 100.
Indeed.
Ready or not, here I come! Bring it on! Okay, gonna find you!
Having fun?
Kamawana insisted that we play, so...
Madam Eleanor! I followed Kamawana for you. She's hiding right over there. Wow, cheating against a kid? That's low.
I didn't! Bad Bienfu, no cheating!
Huh? But when I play with Miss Makilu, she always makes me do that.
She's a terrible influence on you.
Eleanor, why aren't you looking for me?
I found you, Kamawana! And Dial!
What? No fair! See? That's cheating!
I didn't cheat. I simply utilized Bienfu's cheating. That's called strategy.
Plans must be solid and reactions flexible, right?
Right. See, Kamawana? I'm smart and strong. You don't have to worry about me.
Don't worry. I believe in you, Eleanor. I'm just worried that Bienfu will get you in trouble. Why am I the bad guy now?
I can handle Bienfu, too. Don't worry. I'll make sure everyone makes it back safe.
Okay, it's a promise.
Kamawana, if you're feeling better now, head back, okay? It's too cold, you'll go into hibernation.
No sleeping! Dial's it next, cause he's a crocodile!
I'm not a crocodile, I'm a lizard.
Isn't that the same thing?
Not even close! You think crocodiles can regrow their tails?
You never regrow your tail, you're a liar.
It has to be possible.
It's a
There
liar.
must be a way to make a better world for everyone. Humans, demons, Malakim, and I intend to find it. It might take years. No, decades, centuries, generations. Even if it takes me millennia, I'll do it.
Playing the long game, I take it?
I believe in you, Eleanor. You'll find a way.
I will. Once I've made up my mind, nothing can stop me.
Yep.
Trust me, we know.
Okay. That's one skit down. However, we're going to be talking to each of the core party members. So we talked to some of the side characters here. We managed to speak with Eleanor. Eleanor says, if you cheat, no one will trust you. Not a human, not a Moloch, not even a demon. Do you understand, Kamawana? Yes, ma'am. I wouldn't send Bienfu to follow Orthy and Russ when we play hide-and-seek anymore. That's not hide-and-seek. That's just stalking. I'll have no part in it. Sure thing, Bienfu. Dao says, I won't cheat anymore either. I don't think I could take one of Eleanor's boring speeches. Oh, and Dial sneezed. Sneezes are contagious, chat. Yeah, Dial's a liar. I'm gonna prove that he's a liar, because we're gonna go back to Dial. We're gonna look at that not tail that he's grown. You're a liar. Liar. He never gets his tail back, chat. It's so ridiculous. Like, I feel like it's not meant to be an ongoing joke with him, but it honestly is. Uh-oh, a letter, chat.
Writing another letter to your sister?
Nope. This time she sent one to him. Man, she hardly ever writes back. Hope this ain't a bad omen.
Shut it.
Aizen, that's great news.
I told her about all of you in my last letter. Seems she was amused. Says you sound appropriate for me, and she'd love to meet you.
Weird sister you've got.
You don't know the half of it. A girl weird enough to want to live alongside the Reaper, no matter the cost.
I'd love to meet her, too.
I'll warn you.
Touch my sister and I'll kill you. Right? Sheesh, you say that to every guy you meet.
Awfully protective.
Nah, just obsessed.
That's even worse.
We'll all go meet her together someday.
I like your confidence.
Yeah, I man the wheel of my own ship.
Aye, as do I. And all of you. And even her.
Well, I guess the chat will have to form their own conclusions on whether or not Edna ends up meeting Laphicet. Might be a bit more clear as we get to the end of the game. I'll leave it as ambiguous as possible. But we'll talk about that point much later in the game. Benwick says, if you feel the urge to move forward, move forward. You'll meet risks and failures along the way, but you have to be true to yourself. I'll do things my own way. For as long as the flame of will still burns within my breast, that'll never change. So we have another plot point, but we have to go lower for it. I don't remember how we do that. Oh, we wrap around this way, that's right. Let's go a little further, chat. We're heading up to an amazing cutscene. I'm pretty sure. Yes, we are. It might tease us with that Geotree, though, because I accidentally did this one last. It's not really my intention, but it is what it is. Hey, another Topaz fragment. Ooh, can I get the Geotree and not trigger the cutscene is the question. I would really prefer to have that Geotree. Don't cutscene me. Okay, we didn't get cutscene. Great. Here we go, chat. The best, dumbest cutscene in the game.
What's that sound?
It's Kurogane.
He must be forging another sword.
He certainly is. The old fellow's forging himself into a blade.
He's turning himself into a sword?
He can do that? Is that possible?
Who knows? Either way, it's what he decided to do. We had one last drink together.
You'd go that far to defeat Shigure and Stormhowl.
I would. I'll turn a friend into a sword to kill my own brother. I'm a jerk.
I'm in no position to judge.
I think you are. Whatever you may look like, you're human. You hate because you love, and feel as much hurt as you do anger. That's human. Kurogane is with me. He agreed to it. What our blacksmith friend feels towards Stormhowl is more than resentment. It's admiration, too.
That's why he wanted to do it. He wanted to put everything he had into one final clash.
Shigure's the same. He has that very human strength to take the good along with the bad and just keep pushing ahead. A strength that I, as a demon, can never match.
Brooding doesn't suit you, Rokuro. You wanted to be a swordsman greater than any other. That's why you fought and bled to perfect your skills. That's the sort of man you are.
Yep, that's who I am.
I like that part of you, Rokuro.
Me too. Thanks.
So, I'm still speechless when we come to this cutscene, honestly. Let's see what Rokuro has to say before I can form words again and start talking in logic and facts and sense. Let's see. Rokuro says, I'm honoring the will of a great man who spent centuries perfecting his art. Will you join me in a drink? I can't. Right. We're not old enough to drink yet. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I thought that was Rokuro saying that at first. It was Laphicet. Oops. Well, aren't you the principal fellow? World of humans sure is the strange one. Right, Kurogane? So, chat, I'm just trying to picture, like, what is even happening in there? Like, how do you forge your entire body into a sword? I mean, that shouldn't even be logically possible, because, like, if you lose your torso, or, you know, at least, like, your chest, how do your arms function? Are there just, like, is like one hand just like wriggling on the ground as it pounds the other one in? It just suddenly has enough strength to work on its own? And then how does it forge its own hand back into the blade? How does that work? Truly phenomenal, chat. I don't even know what to picture when they state that. It's one thing if he was like removing his legs or something like that, or removing a single arm, but like, he's gonna craft his entire body into it, and that just always blew my mind when we played this game. It just... I'm like, I don't know what determines... Like, is he still alive when he's the weapon? How does that work? Like, is he just conscious of the fact that he'll never be used because he's a Kurogane equipment? It's like... Does he realize his existence is meaningless? Hey chat, look, it restricted our party members, but the most important party member is here, which is Laphicet. We could go 3 more art defense. Wow, he's almost at 300 base defense for magic defense. That's kind of insane, actually. That's way higher than it should be. So I think we've talked to everybody else. The only thing we could do now is go to the inn. I know, and you know what the biggest kicker is though, Chad, is after he does whatever it is he's doing in there, he doesn't even create like an ultimate weapon for Rokuro. Like at no point do we get to equip it.
Your schemes are your own business.
It's kind of ridiculous.
But I won't stand by if Kamawana's fate is involved.
It's a bit late for that. If you mean to stop me, you'll have to strike me down first.
You asked for it.
Achoo!
I found an inn with a nice big hot spring. Warm yourself up before you catch cold.
What a darling you are! I'll take you up on that. Gotta conserve my strength.
Good idea. Fee, want to join me?
What? No way!
No need to hold back on my account. The bath at the inn should be huge.
That's not the problem! Achoo!
See? Hurry up and get in.
Why do you do this to me? I'll bathe alone, thank you. You go first.
Fine, fine.
Poor Laffy said.
What is it?
Just a little errand. Watch these folks for a bit, all right?
Suspicious, chat. Look at that hat, chat. Come on. How does he fit in any doorway?
Looks like you got our message.
You plan on awakening the 4 Empyreans.
Age hasn't dulled your wits, I see.
Surely you know the consequences. You know the chaos you will bring if you take that route.
Oh yeah, so much chaos. Inominat's amplified resonance will return to normal, the Malachim will regain free will. Many exorcists will lose their power to do whatever they do, and the Abbey will lose its means of control.
While the demon threat will remain unchanged.
Not only that, but the elemental balance of this world will be thrown into turmoil for hundreds of years. Earth will shift. Skies will go mad. Seas will swell. Volcanoes will erupt. It'll be quite a show.
All of civilization will regress. The eruption of Mount Killerus alone will rob humanity of its source of flamestone, and consequently, of gunpowder.
Sounds fun. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm sure mankind will think of something. Go humans, right?
Just what do you think humans are?
The wellspring of all malevolence. Thus must emotion be quelled, and reason bring order to the world, until the day that humanity can repent and overcome their sins. I get that right?
You did. Inominat was awakened for that very purpose.
We are the instruments of change, hated for our sacrifice. We are the shadow of the shepherd who brings salvation.
Will you not return to our side? You still seem to think of yourself as a maven.
I can think of nothing more boring than your ideal world.
It is a world of purity.
A garden of fake flowers, good for show and nothing else.
It's a world of order built on righteous ideals.
Those ideals are twisted! Can a flower hold beauty if it does not wilt? Can a wolf be satisfied eating grass? The thought makes me rich, as do those who wish for it, and those content to live in shackles! Let the biting bugs go ahead and eat what they want to eat. Let the weeds grow where they want to grow! Some may look down on them and scoff at their foolishness, but their unwavering wills are proof that they're alive! If that's what you call evil, then I will live and die with evil as my mantra!
Then I have no choice but to crush you.
Used to treating people as bugs, aren't you?
We got your back, Magilu.
Wait. Now is not the time. His life belongs to the Lord of Calamity. Melchior Maven, I'll see you at the volcano. Don't you worry. I'll be sure to be there as you breathe your last.
Very well. It will save me the trouble of having to crush you one by one.
You avoided stepping on the flowers.
You haven't changed at all, Master.
Anime cutscene time, chat.
What a nice bath. How was the men's side?
Not bad. I feel warmer now.
Hmm? Your face is all red. In there too long?
No, I feel fine. Oh.
You mind? Help me comb my hair.
Can I?
Yes, please. Be careful, okay? I can't contain it.
You know something, Velvet? Your hair is really beautiful. You know, that power that I have... If I could master the Silver Flame, I might be able to turn you back into a human.
A human, huh? If we ever had a chance to start over, I'd love to cook for you every day. My quiches are much better than anything they sell in the stores.
Okay, then I'll fetch the water and chop the firewood.
All by yourself?
Of course! I'm gonna get a lot taller soon, and I'm gonna get stronger too.
Yes, you will. I know you will.
Great! Then I'll start looking for a way to master...
No. It's too late. I've made too many sacrifices. Too many to ever come back from. I can't.
But Velvet...
Even worse, I haven't stopped. I'm willing to sacrifice others to keep going forward. If we kill Innominat, what will happen to the Therians who are part of him? Will they return to normal?
Well...
It's likely that they'll all die. I know it. I dug my own grave. But what about Kamoana and Medissa? More importantly, what about Yuffie? You are connected to him. I know I might die if I go through with this, but still I have to do it. Even if it means I have to sacrifice everyone that I know. Even you who saved me. The Lord of Calamity isn't a demon lord. She's just a selfish, horrible girl.
I have something to confess. I don't like being called Fee. I really don't. I think that name's too childish.
Luffy said the same thing to me.
I'm sure that he did. Velvet, you really don't understand boys at all.
Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Thank you. Luffy said.
Is Velvet in there?
Yeah, but now's not the best time.
I'm here.
Dry up. Break time's over. The legates have arrived.
Another scarlet night.
Losing your nerve, Velvet?
I think not.
Don't worry. Leave Shigure to me.
Where's Kurogane?
Here with me. Kurogane and I will cut Shigure down.
And Aizen. Sorry, but Melchior's mine to eat. Got it?
Got it. But at the very least, you're gonna let me watch.
Magilo, you do whatever you want. Go nuts out there.
I'm always nuts.
Benwick, when you see your chance, take the others back to the Von Eltia and await orders.
Aye, aye.
Luffy said.
Let's go.
Eleanor, keep Laphicet safe, please.
I will. Worry not.
Let's move. We go to kill the Exorcist Legates and engulf this world in the flames of chaos!
Have a good trip! See you soon, Kay!
So chat, I think what we're actually going to do here, well, we're going to talk to Dial and then we're going to save. But I think for pacing reasons, we're going to hold off on doing anything in the Scarlet Knight for later. The Dial says, Kurogane, what kind of fool turns himself into a blasted sword? That's so crazy, I can't help but respect it. I agree with the crazy part. Let's pause here for now, chat, because we are in the home stretch of the main plot. There is honestly almost nothing left to do in the main plot. We're basically going to be awakening the Empyreans very soon. Let's switch over to our little private chat. Close the game in the meantime. So we have basically arrived to the Scarlet Knight at the base of the volcano, and we're gonna presumably beat the two legates. And from a plot standpoint, chat, that is all that is between us and the final dungeon. So we're going to be looking forward to some very, very flashy fights. I really like what they do with Shigure's, and we'll see that a little bit next week. But technically, even though we are almost done with the game from a plot perspective, there are a ton of events that are going to open up. And I mean, like, we literally will have at least another session just dedicated to the events after we deal with the volcano. Because there are so many optional things that unlock, and there are so many side areas we could go to, and there are so many different side quests we could wrap up. Including, but not limited to, things like Videl, the Magilu's Menagerie, competition against, I was about to say Magilu again, but against the Dancer. We're going to be coming across that. I mean, we have everything still left. I think things like the cameo fights are post-game, so we don't have to worry about those. But when we start completing those other quests, it's all going to start piling up all at once. We should get access to, I think, one bonus area early. So there's one thing we're definitely going to see in regards to expeditions. So, for example, there's actually something you unlock for discovering all the islands, and I don't think it pops until after we deal with the volcano. But there's yet another location that we could visit outside of the volcano. So I will try not to spoil it as to what that is, but just to say something to look forward to in general. There are still a ton of skits. I'm just like looking at a rough estimate of how many there are just after the volcano itself. And there are, about 55 or 60, if I'm giving a rough estimate. Like, there are a lot. There are a lot of skits still before we even consider going to the final dungeon. So again, I expect next week to mostly be Volcano, and then subsequently Volcano cleanup. And then potentially the week after that might be the start of the final dungeon. And that final dungeon will probably take a session and a half to clear. And from there, we'll move on to the post-game content. Where we are hilariously undergeared and underleveled for all the post-game content. So that'll be fun, chat. I'm trying to think of what the best way to even advance would be while being so hilariously underwhelmingly weak. I might have to do a little bonus dungeon abuse. I'm just thinking about it. Because like we are like just so undergeared. If we are not going in with like basically +5 on every gear, we will not do enough damage and we will not survive even just normal enemies, let alone the bosses in the bonus dungeon. So I think we'll be exploiting a little mechanic that exists within the bonus dungeon to get some early access to some very powerful items with minimal effort. So hopefully that'll make things a bit smoother. And keep in mind too, chat. Unfortunately, the way the game works is it locks away the 3rd level Break Soul and Mystic Arts in the final dungeon itself, and I cannot tell you how much I am craving to show those off to you, because you might not do a lot of Mystic Art chains if you're kind of rushing through the combat like I am. If you're doing a more casual playthrough, you probably had like +8s or +9s by this point. It's pretty easy to do, especially if you get a Pegasus Wing. But we'll be showing off the reason we really want to have the Mystic Art meter, or at least have a +5. Because we're going to be introduced to a new mechanic that will essentially let us Mystic Art kind of on demand. And it is just completely overwhelmingly overpowered on a handful of characters. Aizen, Eleanor, and Laphicet being the by far top 3 characters to abuse it with. So we're going to be seeing quite a lot of gameplay between all those different characters. Yeah, we're talking about gearing up. Like, just to give you an idea, I think like the base weapon strength, I want to say the unnamed gear, I think it's like 500, just to give you an idea. And that's like the starting point. And our current weapons are only adding like 220 or something right now. So like we are hilariously understated. So hopefully we can sneak out some of those weapons and maybe some armor early. Yeah, I know, we're not even close. Like, our goal, like, to give you a number reference, is on Chaos, we should be 1,200 to 2,000, depending on where we are in that bonus dungeon. We haven't even hit 1,000 yet. We're always at the end of the game. Just to give you an idea of, like, how much it expects you to either grind and or enhance gear. We're not even anywhere close. So we're going to have to try to take advantage of Velvet's title to kind of carry us, because she's probably going to be one of the few characters that can sacrifice all defense in exchange for damage, and we will need every single point of it in order to progress through. But more importantly, if we're able to at least kill that first boss in the bonus dungeon, everything will get much easier, but we have to reach the first boss, and that is going to be... That's going to be a challenge. Essentially, if you want to think difficulty-wise, every single enemy will be boss level difficulty. I'm talking about the casual encounters, and then the bosses are like super bosses, where if you are going in there how I am geared now, I'm pretty sure any unblocked attack will instantly kill us, and a blocked attack will do at least 50% of our health. So it will not play around. So we're gonna have to take that a bit more seriously than how we've been clearing it. So yeah, it's doable. It will just be a little slow. But again, if we could beat that first boss, we're in a good position. We should get so much experience for clearing it. I wouldn't be surprised if one of our characters jumps 6 to 10 levels just from that boss clear alone. I would not be surprised. So that alone would be a pretty big difference in stats, given that we're not at the thresholds. So I think I'm going to try to build up our money a little bit between streams, and I'm going to try to enchant, disenchant off stream. I'll make a note that I have to do that for next time. And hopefully I'll be able to build up enough money between today and next week, just by logging into the game, briefly taking the expedition and logging out, just so we could get a bit more money, because we're going to start needing in the millions range for all the endgame gear. Like, I think just the unnamed alone will be, like, just one piece of unnamed gear will be several million, which is pretty much out of our range at the moment. So we have to prep a little bit for that. And keep in mind, too, chat, that when all is said and done, we still have not unlocked all the arenas. So we might revisit some of the arenas just to get money and some materials later on. But for now, I think that's a pretty clear roadmap of what we have to expect over the next few sessions. I'm not too scared of the upcoming bosses, except for the fact that I really want to show off their mystic arts, so I can't just wombo combo them. So I feel like the difficulty will be, will me showing off the mystic art kill me? That's the real question. I'm not sure. It's possible. Of the two fights, I think Shigure is going to be much tougher. Just because he has a lot of multi-hit moves, and he can just basically... He can actually just combo kill you, I think, at this point in the game on Chaos, because we haven't been leveling defense. So he will basically one-touch kill anybody, even without Mystic Art. So we have to be very careful with him. And he does have super armor in his moves, where I feel like Melchior, like a lot of his more damaging attacks, you can interrupt with Magilu, so I'm not super concerned. He could definitely still do a lot of damage to us, but I don't think it's going to be to the extent of Shigure just kind of murder-destroying our entire team. So we have all that to look forward to, chat. We will probably pick up a few herb upgrades. I might even check between streams just to see where those other herbs went, since they did not respawn in Morgana Woods, which is most unfortunate. However, we did see the coastline was still generating herbs, so we'll keep that in mind. So I have no idea where I put the other herbs, unfortunately. But for now, I'd just like to say thank you all for joining. I appreciate the follows, the comments, and anything else we could do for there. I have a note, Chris, do not worry. I remembered I have to go get that sound clip. That's why I made a different save file. So I'll be doing that, I think, post-stream, and we'll add it in there. Even if it doesn't get used much, it'll be put into the list. But for now, I'd just like to say, and wrap it up with, I'd like to thank you all for joining, and hopefully you have a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.